who organized everything. It was super, super good. We had Verbalocity and Vivid Naz. Our casters, we had Jones on the analyst desk. Super awesome stuff, keeping everyone entertained all the way through. And we had Norgos as well, who made a recap video of all the open qualifiers, and it was seriously awesome. So thank you all very, very much for that. It's awesome.
Yeah, I love our competitive scene, honestly. Like I've always been a big supporter of like For Honor, like in the competitive scene, and so like watching the friend v foe, these matches are just like seeing For Honor played at the highest level is just really inspiring to see. So it's awesome. Very cool. So.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the next circuit, right?
Yeah. Keep in mind that the finalists are now going to be allowed to break off into their own respective teams, so they get a direct buy into the 2v2 close qualifier happening at some time in Year 8 Season 3. So be on the lookout for that. We'll be dropping it on our socials, so be sure to follow us there to stay up to date. But we'll speak more about that when we get closer. But in the meantime, you can join the Discord, the For Honor Discord, and come hang out, talk about your favorite stuff. You can talk about Sohei. Maybe. We don't know. We'll see. But
it's subject to cover, yeah.
It's pretty relevant, honestly.
I think so.
But yeah, we've got some awesome stuff to show today. I'm super pumped. You know, we have our new hero with a deep dive on the gameplay and animation. That's going to be great. We have a new feature that's going to be live tomorrow, so that I'm sure you're all going to love. We're also going to be going over that. We've got patch notes with someone.
All right, hey guys, how are we doing? Good to see you.
Spoilers, but,
this is the new hero reveal for Sohei. I believe it's Sohei, not Sohei.
Not to come in, play for a
but
week, enjoy
nonetheless,
enjoy like this.
We are here. We are finally here for another samurai hero,
grab your popcorn, do whatever
which I'm super hyped for.
Get into all the juicy stuff.
So hope you guys are going to enjoy this one. I certainly am looking forward to it.
For that, we're going to roll a little gameplay trailer. Take it away, Max.
Alright, here we go with gameplay. There he is.
Monster. Demon.
7 weapons.
So some call me. But I take
Oh, there's the Orochi hero skin.
to honor the fallen. Their souls fight with me. Rest within my every weapon. And the answer. I am master of the 7. Through me, pure might awakens. I will teach others the way.
Seeing a bit of the customization there. Different helmets and stuff.
Unstoppable.
Oof. There we go. Welcome chat, welcome Sushi, Gwem, Life, Rat, Agility, Glitches, John Deliner, hey man, how are you doing? The face cam is indeed back, face cam for Honor vids. Max, Mercy, Agility, Dark, Thomas, and RCN. Welcome everyone, guys. This is going to be a big stream, big moment for us. I'm doing well, thank you, man. Thanks for asking. The release date is tomorrow. Tomorrow being Thursday, the 25th of July. Bear with me while I just shut this window, 1 second. Because I think there's some noise coming from outside. Alright, there we go. Window is now shut. Someone was like revving up their car outside. Probably not the best thing to have when I'm trying to stream. So what have we got? We've got...
Welcome back,
they've just taken it away.
Welcome to the Year 8 Season 2 TU2 detail segment. Joined with me are Alex, Andre, Ian. How are you all doing?
Great. Thank you for having us.
Feeling good? Feeling good?
Feeling very good.
I'm pretty hyped right now. I don't know. That trailer looked great.
It was amazing.
I think it's looks awesome.
Yeah.
I'm super hyped to get into it. I'm pumped.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You were your first Warriors, and you were a guest last time, and
Yeah.
now you're hosting.
Indeed.
That's a pretty meteoric rise
Yeah.
right there.
What's next, like CEO or?
I'm on the
what's the
come up.
game plan here?
I'm on the
Yeah,
come
we're
up.
going to be working pretty soon.
Awesome. So please, do you want to get into it? What's been going down in Heathmore? Can you give us a little bit of an update?
Yeah, so a refresher for TU1. Well, I'll start with the year. The theme for year 8 is, of course, legendary weapons. And our legendary weapon this season is the Muramasa Blade. It's said to contain the power of an entire army, but also the bloodthirst of one as well. And so, according to legend, this blade fell into the hands of many different warriors who succumbed to that bloodlust, and they committed some pretty terrible acts with the Muramasa Blade. We're not going to get into that. But fortunately, it then fell into the hands of our Orochi skin, Master Katashi. And Master Katashi, the thing about him is he is a Zen master, so he possesses the mental fortitude, the peace of mind to withstand the blade's bloodthirst, while still being able to use its power. And so he uses that power very nobly by defending the Bridge of 1,000 Blades. That's T1 in a nutshell, but I believe there's a little bit more to it, right, Ian?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
No, yeah, there is. Back in TU1, if players paid attention to
Let me know if the volume is alright, guys, as well.
Some guy in a bar or something just
Should be
hearing
okay,
about Katashi
hopefully,
and going like,
from
I'm
streaming
gonna
Elden
get,
Ring
you know,
recently.
a piece of that pie,
So
or he
everything
said,
should be
like, I don't know,
good.
hold my beer or something,
Right.
and then he went out.
I'm keeping
Katashi.
subtitles
Now
on
we
as
can
well,
reveal that this character
just
is our
for
main hero
everyone's
Oniwaka.
everyone's benefit.
Oniwaka has a bit of a reputation. He's known as a weapon collector, but also a soul collector. He believes that every enemy he defeats, he believes that the soul
Yeah,
of
so the
that
new hero
enemy
is
resides
gonna
in
be
those
released
blades.
tomorrow,
He
so
collects these blades, adds
let's
these souls,
clarify
these
that for
weapons,
everyone.
these powers to his
Turn the
arsenal.
volume up a tad bit.
So
The volume
he has
for
seven souls, seven. And
my
when
desktop?
he hears about Katashi,
I'm guessing.
Muramasa Blade, power of an army, 1,000 souls,
It's tempting.
it's tempting. Like it's basic
turned it
math.
up slightly.
1,000 is a lot more than 7. I think so, anyways. So he's tempted. So he goes out to face Katashi. He comes in all cocky, sure of himself. This should be an easy fight. But then, of course, Katashi's Katashi. He's not called a master for nothing. And so there's this big battle on the bridge between the two. This epic duel where each one finds an equal in their opponent, and the battle reaches a stalemate. Surprisingly, no winners, no losers. Katashi is, he doesn't defeat the guy. Oniwaka, but Oniwaka still humbled in this stalemate, and so he decides to take on this lesson that he's learned and to pass it on. So he formed this monastic order to teach others essentially what he's learned, and so this is how we bring a new class, in real time to Heathmore.
And that lesson is really just how to truly master a weapon. But Oniwaka doesn't want to teach his Sohei disciples how to master just one weapon. He wants them to master 7 of them. Because it's important that other Sohei are fully rounded fighters.
Well, we
who are
got
able
that
to
detail
use the
right. He has
weapon
got
in
7
the right
weapons,
situation on the
so
battlefield. Just be very versatile.
I was thinking
And in order
yesterday,
to
like,
reach
after I
this
made my
high
video,
bar,
maybe I got some of
Sohei
these details
disciples will
wrong, but
focus on one weapon at a time.
no,
So, for
hopefully we've
example, they might pick up the saw
got some
and
things right
fight
at least.
only with the saw until they become a saw master. They can add that to their arsenal. They're allowed to pick another weapon now. They might pick up the sickle and then fight with the sickle until they become a sickle master. And they
Sickle Master sounds great. by the way.
sounds pretty
Pretty sick.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty sick.
Sickle
you
Master
rinse
is
and repeat a
basically
total of 7
Shinobi, isn't it?
times until however long it takes. Might take years. Then finally, you are a 7-weapon master, aka a Sohei, and it just drives home the idea that to be a master, you must continuously be a novice.
Wow.
But Anthony, do you think that Sohei is purely a For Honor invention?
Please enlighten us.
Okay. We covered this in the meetings.
Oh,
You don't remember?
I don't recall.
Okay. So they are a real group of Japanese warrior monks. They took up arms, I believe it's through the Heian to the Sengoku period. I hope I got that right, Raf. And they just, they took up arms to...
Somewhere going, no,
He's going like, no!
definitely not.
They're really known for their unique blend of religious devotion, martial prowess, and of course that distinctive armor that you see that has inspired our amazing design here with the warrior monk hood, which I'm sure Alex is going to tell us about more shortly.
Yeah, no, I mean he looks incredible. Honestly, I'm I think it just looks great. I just want to circle back quickly to
Yeah, even the base version
Oniwaka's
looks
and,
awesome.
Master Katashi's
So
version. So they
can't
have, like,
imagine
a
what
mutual
the
respect for each other.
customization's going to look like for him.
Absolutely,
Like,
yeah. Best buds.
I imagine it to be
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
epic.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this isn't, a hero skin hates the hero and blah, blah. No, they're like frolicking together in the fields.
Wow.
They're happy.
Nice.
It follows, the tradition of just the greatest, best friends in storytelling. Gilgamesh, Enkidu, Holmes and Watson, Shrek and Donkey,
Abed.
Love it.
Roy and Abed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're like drinking buds.
They're
Oh
drinking
yeah,
buds.
it's officially a bromance in Heathmore.
Yes.
Lore accurate?
Lore accurate. Yeah. Canon.
You heard it here first. Awesome. All right, well, thank you so much for that. That's awesome. But I want to get into more of Sohei's design aspects. He's super unique. Just so many good buzzwords around him. 7 weapons, demon monk, soul collector. Like, tell us, what was it like creating something like this?
Well, this hero was really, really challenging, but also a huge achievement as a result. As you can see, he's enormous. We paid a lot of attention to his arms, to his hands, and the modeling to really carry through that feeling.
I imagine he's
He's
going to be a
very, very
hybrid
big.
character. It
And
would make sense, seeing as he's got 7
he's got all those
weapons.
6
But he
weapons
could be
that
like
are
a
on his back.
hybrid slash
All
heavy
of
because
that
he's
still had to be
huge.
done with the
He looks
same
huge.
modeling constraints that we would have for a much smaller hero. So that took a lot of tests, a lot of conversations between many different teams. We had to collaborate between the rigging team, modeling team, the fight team, the animation team, all just trying to make sure that all of this worked. So the end result of some of those discussions are that the 6 weapons have limited customization just in order to make it a bit more readable. That way, it will improve the gameplay experience a lot. But you can still customize that main weapon, that Kamiari, because the variations are incredible on this one. They're really, really pretty.
I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see actually
Yeah.
all the different stuff, the different variations. Do you want to get into a bit more of the actual concepts behind the hero?
Yeah. So a lot of the armor sets of the Sohei are inspired by theater. So we have no and kabuki theater elements in those. You can see the no theater inspiration in that demonic mask that he's got. The first set is a bit more monastic. It's a bit more putting things together and gathering them from different sources.
armor-wise,
that
he's kind of like a
collection
cross
sort of
between
idea.
Kyoshin and
So
Shigoki there.
things are a little bit more ragged. It's
Like
giving us
discounting all the
a
weapons.
idea that
And maybe a bit
he's
of
not quite
Kensei.
the ideal monk, despite being a monk. And we've got a whole
Obviously,
bunch
all samurai
of
kind of
different
look
supernatural elements
similar-ish with
that
their-
are included throughout
With their armor
a lot
because of the types
his
of material
sets.
they use.
So you'll find things like
But
one
it does look
particular
pretty
necklace
incredible. Oh,
is
here we go.
designed- it's made
Here we
to
go
ward
for the
off
customization.
demons. In his second set,
So
he's
this
got
looks like the
one
base- the
long
base
white
one that
wig,
we
which
see in the
usually
trailer.
associated with the supernatural. That sort of braided belt and arm work, also something that is often done to
Ooh, moving
ward
on
off
to a
demons.
basket hat. A bit like
the
Kyoshin
second
again.
set especially is very, very theatrical and really beautiful.
I like the one with the basket on his head.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah. Real
Yeah.
headgear.
The demon imagery also calls back to Oniwaka's own childhood because he was so grotesque that he was called a demon ogre child.
Nice
essentially.
mask there
And,
with the
he
hair.
kind of appropriated that, and
Oh.
it also kind of it
And
fuels
even better
his
hairstyle there.
need to to prove himself to master everything because
Right.
he's been an outcast all his life.
And now he's him.
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome.
Ooh, I like
and
that one,
believe
actually.
We can also
That
see
one
some
looks
of,
pretty nice.
Some of his weapons.
Like a
as well.
goblin.
I think we can head there.
When will he be playable?
Oh, we have the
Tomorrow.
second row?
Yes.
He's going to be released tomorrow. So
Yeah,
24
the,
hours.
That cloth too around his helmet, it's all hand sculpted.
They've actually got the date in the
really a
bottom
lot
left
of
of the screen
detail.
now as well. You can
Again, let's
see
call back attention to the
25th of July.
basket because I mean, come on, you can do your laundry and fight. I mean,
Highly. Well, he said he's super.
There's sort of
Yeah,
a
yeah.
shinobi helmet there.
Very, very adaptable.
Awesome. I love the hair on this one.
Yeah, that's that wig I was talking about.
I'll probably try and push to get him to rep 7
And the main weapon is called
ASAP so that I can
The
customize him
Kamayari.
and then
Kamayari.
kind of ease off
So a lot
after
of
that.
people already on Reddit very excited about the Kamayari. Got a lot of Kamayari fans out there.
Nice.
I'm more of a saw guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's got a saw. He's got a bonk too.
Got a bonk. You gotta have a bonk.
Super cool.
There you
Now
go.
we're getting
weapons.
into the
Yeah, I can
weapons.
look
Here
at
we
the
go.
weapons.
Can I design a blue shinobi?
Incredible.
It's funny you say that, as I did
And
once I
here's
hit
a
rep
reminder
70.
for
I put the
players
sulfuric
that,
sparks on, and
every
I
weapon
thought,
set that
oh,
you see here,
I might
they have,
add
name,
a
but they
new
have also
outfit
lore
for
behind
that.
them. The lore is always
So,
on the website,
and actually
so
the
you can
colour I
check out the
chose was
character page
blue,
and you can
blue
see
with the
every
sulfuric
weapon
sparks,
name set,
which is gold.
every
So
weapon set's name,
you might
and
see
the
that soon.
story behind them as
that
well.
is an idea I have in the bank.
Awesome.
There's lore everywhere.
Lore
We're
everywhere.
hiding it.
Yeah. Like lore hoarders.
Yeah, Samurai
it.
Drip is pretty good. Although Knights
They-
are pretty
they
good as
get
well.
Increasingly more detailed.
Ramiel,
They
his
look
design.
So nice.
Yeah.
Was
So
very, very
good.
nice.
Those Kamayari fans are frothing at the mouth right now.
I love this one right here. Like the one with like
Avatar
the
style?
blue
Yeah.
blade kind of, and the last one with like the,
Oh, yeah.
the white at the end.
Just like the blue blades.
Oh yeah. So nice.
Ooh, I like that one with this swan actually. That looks pretty cool.
Awesome.
That one's gotta hurt.
Oh yeah. No.
They all
Yeah.
gotta hurt.
Yeah.
Can't feel
Well,
good.
I mean, geez.
Yeah.
Oh wow, these are so nice.
You get killed by them and you admire
Mm-hmm.
the beauty of it.
Of course.
I'll have to decide what color palette I'm going to use for my customization for this
Yeah.
for this guy.
That's good.
You're like mad about it, but
I was
kinda
thinking
happy about it,
maybe
just-
red and black.
Respect it.
Yeah.
Go with the
Rather
edgy,
than getting killed
dark
with like a sickle.
theme, but then add a different color so it's not just full black
work of art.
like I do with my Orochi.
Awesome.
Even though Orochi I do have gold in it
And
as
I
well,
believe
but it's
too,
mainly
actually,
black.
too, we have some weapon sets coming.
Yes.
No-
so we
no
have all of
gameplay
the
yet,
weapon
so we haven't seen the
variations,
gameplay yet.
Like we mentioned before,
But it is coming.
The armor variations now are going to be at the beginning of the season. The weapon variations at the end, and so now it's time for the weapon variations.
Awesome. Well, Sohei just looks incredible. I'm super hyped to be able to get my hands on him. He'll be live tomorrow for you watching at home. If you want to be able to play Sohei, he'll be available tomorrow for purchase for $7.99, or you can wait for 2 weeks and be able to purchase him for 15K steel. So if you want to wait, you can. But if not, tomorrow, $7.99. But that's not all. We've also got a free event pass coming, and will be available to play for 3 weeks starting tomorrow. The 7-Weapon Master. Starting July 25th to August 15th. And here's all the
Nice,
rewards.
nice.
Hit your foot, sorry. Oh, yeah. This looks
Peace
so good.
and
Peace Fidelity battle
Serenity.
outfit. Awesome.
Gotta love a good
Details are
battle
just
outfit.
incredible. The Guardian of Peace ornament. Keep in mind, this is all available July 25th. August
Actually, yeah, that
15th.
was a question. So where is the ornament going to be on the Sohei?
These are all callbacks.
It looks like it's
what
going to be on his
everyone's
head.
fighting for right now,
Mhm.
just protecting the mind.
Normally they're either on their head or their shoulders with characters, so
What Katashi's doing.
Yeah.
it
long
looks
neck
like it
and
could be on the
everything.
head.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here's a little sneak peek.
yeah, no
of,
gameplay
of the
just
weapon
yet
set
for anyone who's
that's,
just joining the stream.
throughout
We
the
haven't
entire
seen the
event.
gameplay yet,
Looks
but it is
awesome.
coming.
But yeah.
It's either going to be part
I want to thank you both
2 or
so
3, I think,
all
and
three
we're
of
in
you,
part
both.
1
All
of
three
7
you.
currently.
I want to thank all 3 of you for coming on and detailing everything coming. It just looks incredible. So we're available tomorrow. But stick around because up next we have a deep dive of Sohei's gameplay. So all this kit and everything.
There you go.
Stick around. You're not
Gameplay
gonna
coming
wanna
next.
miss it. It's going to be awesome. But before that, we're going to show the free event pass weapons to its entirety. So we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Okay, so these are going to be the rest of the heroes' weapons. Not Sohei. But looking nice though with the black and red. Black, red and gold, I should say. Have they made any changes to Mejo yet with his stances? They did recently change his combos so that you can go from each of his stances within the same combo by pressing zone. So to answer your question, yes, if that's what you're asking. 25th release, but what time? I think normally it's like 2 PM UK time. So whatever that is in whatever country you're in. I look like Mr. Beast. I need to shave a bit. Someone said I had a moustache earlier. It's not the aim to have a moustache. Can confirm I am not Mr. Beast. I certainly don't have as much money as he does. If I did, I'd probably get a new gaming chair because this one needs a new back to it because it's currently like ripping. You like my room? Just a PC and a bed. Well, I don't actually have a bed in this room. This is my office room. There's no bed. So yeah, I don't actually even have a bed. Obviously, I have a bed in my flat, but not in this room. I don't sleep on the floor. I'm not that poor. Yeah, I do need to spice up my room. I need to have something in the back. If I streamed more, I probably would put something in the back, like in the background. If I had my camera facing like this direction, then you'd be able to see that I have got more going on with like RGB lights and stuff. But obviously, I can't show you. All right, this is the main event. Here we go. The gameplay, that's what we're all here for. Am I going to be right with my predictions or am I going to be wrong with my predictions? Probably, I'm not expecting to be right in all of them, but I think maybe one or two things we may have got. At least we got the number of weapons he has correct, so if anything, we've got that right. Which basically means I can count to 7, so it's probably not that big a deal. But hey ho. Yeah, I'd imagine he can use at least more than one of his weapons within his moveset. He has 7 of them, so some of them possibly could be used in feats. Maybe he uses his spear for some of his attacks, and then maybe for like heavy and lights, maybe then he switches it up. But yeah, we will find out. Zone attack is also an option as well. As his katana, or his tanto, the short sword is on his belt, and his saw. Perhaps those are like light attacks and heavy attacks, maybe? We could be in for a treat.
Warriors Den and everybody out there, we are super excited to dive into the gameplay segment, and who better to walk us through all the things you know and love than our Lord and Savior JC. Welcome back to the couch, sir.
Hello, hello. I'm back from my legion of adoring fans. I was looking at chat.
I know.
I don't know what's going on.
They were calling
Thank you,
for you.
I guess. I don't know.
I heard somebody even say like they feel that you need to be arriving with some sort of like a arena entrance.
Yeah, we
music,
should try to do that at some point. It could be kind of cool.
Fine. I think Stone Colds would work pretty well for you.
Probably.
Just going to throw that out there. That works pretty well.
Sense.
Well, great. Well, super happy to have you here. Also, we have a new face on the couch with us today. Mike, welcome aboard.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, we're excited to have you. Mike, this is your first time on the Warriors Den with us. Do you want to kind of introduce yourself to the audience and let them know what you do?
Yeah, it's new face. Yeah, let's talk about myself for a little bit. I've been on the project for a few months now, so I'm the new game design team lead here on the For Honor team.
Nice.
What does that mean? I'm responsible for the game design team. Yeah, what do? We make game modes. We do balance. We do a whole bunch of things to make excellent content for players out there.
Nice.
And my job is to make sure that the team has nothing standing in their way, make sure that they have what they need to give the players out there the best thing that players deserve, of course. There's one piece of the puzzle that I haven't mentioned, though. That's why I'm here today, is heroes.
Yeah.
We do heroes as well. So
Wait, we do heroes? Is that
we
is
do
that a thing
heroes. We do heroes. Yeah, they don't appear at all.
So it's not just JC. It's like it's in fact we have a team that does.
Yeah,
it.
there's definitely a team
There is a
behind
large
us, like hardcore.
That's good. Well, that's amazing, and it definitely took a team to build this beast of a hero. So we are super stoked to check it out. You know, and I guess without further ado, like, what can you tell us about it?
Yeah, so let's jump into gameplay here. So we're going to show, this is live, you know, we're doing it live today.
All right, here we go.
So let's see how this goes.
Bear with us.
If I'm bad at blocking, it's my fault.
This is true. So
Ooh, the drip
I'll run
automatically
everybody kind of
looking
through everything we've done
pretty
here with
awesome.
Sohei. And well, let's just jump straight into it. So, you know, we'll start with the basics. Every hero has this. We have our light attacks. You can throw those, of course, in every single direction. You'll notice.
Okay, so using the spear for all the light
I'm not getting
attacks.
kind of cancelled out. Every light
each
attack
direction.
for this hero, every light opener attack for this hero, I should say, is enhanced. You know, so you can kind of. You'll
Enhanced
see
as
later
well, pretty
why
good.
this is very important.
Yeah.
So those are our lights. We have, of course, heavies as well. You know, in every single direction. You know, pretty standard stuff. Everything you can kind of expect us to do.
And those heavies are pretty slow, but so I know some people are going to be worried about that.
Right.
But don't worry, we've thought of everything. It's going to be all good.
Don't be
course.
worried. We're just getting started.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Just getting started. There's so much more to show here. Now you might be running around the world. You know, might need to engage. So we have a light dodge attack, get you into combat right away. You know, there we go, light attack. We also have a heavy dodge attack. A sprint attack, sorry. Running around, you know, get into combat, jump into the air with that Yari, smack opponent in the face. Oh, dodge attacks. There we
We
go.
have light and heavy there, right?
Light and heavy sprint
I
attacks.
wonder why.
Not many
All-
characters have
this
that,
will all
actually.
be explained shortly.
Interesting.
We have a zone attack. It's usual. Big swipe, big trajectory there.
Nice.
Scary thing. It's
Yep.
very usual. And we have a forward dodge bash as an
Nice.
opener. Now that's going to lead into stuff. We're going to get into that in a second. Just know that's a very important move.
So he's only used his
Now let's
spear
go into the chain.
so
Let's get into the
far
good
for
stuff.
lights,
We have
heavies,
dodge attacks,
and
right? So like
We have
side dodge
dodges.
We have a side
and
dodge. Yes, we're
running
doing those.
attacks.
Yeah, here we go. Left light attack. Right light attack. Yeah, openers. We have right heavy attack.
Yeah,
And
heavy.
left heavy attack.
So there's a theme here, right? That every single, like you can do front dodge as well, but
You can do front two.
there's a theme where like every time you can do an attack, you always have a light and heavy version. Like, usually we don't really do this. So again, it's a sign of things to come.
All right.
Is a sign of things to come. This is a weapon master after all.
Exactly, right?
You should be able to do all these moves,
should be
right?
able
There's
to.
a big groundwork being laid here. I can tell.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So let's get into the good stuff.
Yeah.
We'll swap back to our lights. They start enhanced, like I said. You can follow these up with another light attack. In
so
any
enhanced,
direction.
for those that don't know, means that if they block
All
it,
the
you can
time.
still continue your
Now, the
chain.
top one you would have seen there. It's a bit of an extra property there. This is an undodgeable follow-up. on
Just
the
to
light
clarify
attack.
that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the left attack, kind of same thing.
What's
Light,
kinda
light chain.
cool here too is that I don't know, players have probably noticed by this time. That second hit, that second light, always use one of the weapons that's on Sohei's back. Right?
Correct.
So depending on which stance you use, if you're top, you can do it again, right? We're using that.
Ah, okay, there we go.
If you're going on this side,
Oh, let's
whatever the stance.
oh, there we go. Let's do that
Do it
again.
again.
There we
So
go.
we're using like different weapons. So that was the camera.
Right,
And then
so
right on this side, it's a bit.
He
of a
uses
kind of a-
different
so it's
weapons, but only
every
when they're
single
chained.
time that you use a light in your chains, probably your heavies as well, right?
Your heavies as well.
They absolutely all use the special, the extra weapons that Sohei is carrying, which is pretty interesting.
Exactly.
Amazing.
So
We have the same from heavies,
we'll
right?
go through the same rotation again. Heavy top into another heavy. Now heavy follow-ups. You've
Nice,
noticed it has
nice.
some unblockable attack there. So JC's doing a good job dodging there. We'll do the same on the sides. Do the right side heavy attack with a heavy follow-up. You can see, different weapons being used.
So the trident is a heavy there.
And same on the left.
So for everybody that was like, you're not going to be able to use all your 7 weapons or whatever, you use every single one of them during your kit.
There we go.
We literally just counted to 7, right?
It's
there, right?
confirmed.
If
We
you-
counted to
That's pretty
7.
good, right?
As was established, a little less than 1,000, but still 7 is we've never done that.
We've
before.
never done 7.
Holy crap!
We really try to put as many
So that
weapons
is
as we
pretty
can.
big. So confirmed that we
I mean,
do
also this
use
bash, he smacks
all
people in
7
his hand, too,
weapons.
so there you go.
They're not
There
just
you go.
there
Remarkable.
for cosmetics. They are actually
now very
usable.
important to note, for our
Which is
very
really, really awesome.
This players asking, it's slow.
And what I
all
was
the
hoping
time
for,
this
though,
year.
and I'm sure
The
all of
heavy
you guys
attacks are
were,
slow. But
As
the
well.
light attacks did 400 MS follow-ups.
Yeah.
So they're pretty fast.
Yeah.
Right. So they kind of
Top is undodgeable,
Top is
again, to
undodgeable.
make sure that if people are going to go, hey, I can't, I want to make sure that I can, I'm not just going to mash dodge and beat all the lights. Well, actually, top is undodgeable, so you can't just mash light and always get away with it.
Can't wait to play it. Really want to just
Now, properties
play
on
the
heavies
character.
as well, very quickly.
Sure you guys do as well.
Every heavy attack follow-up has a different property. So top heavy follow-up
24
has
hours.
extra
Gotta
damage,
wait 24
more
hours.
than the other heavy follow-ups would do. The left side bleeds the target. Get a little bit of damage over time there. And the right side pins the target. So you can see the weapon master has tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah, you want to use different attacks in different situations. It's pretty cool there.
Nice.
Right. So might have noticed, we're always pressing the same button twice to get into those second weapons. Now, there is another move that can kind of use these weapons, and it's our zone attack. Now, our zone attack, as our players know, is a combination of a light attack and a heavy attack, which means you can follow that attack up with a light and heavy attack as well. So let's start from the right here. I'll follow up with a light attack. We'll do the same zone attack into a top light attack. Let's see if we can change stance fast enough. Here we go. Good stuff. And we'll do the same on the right, on the other side.
So zone is still within combo. Nice. Bit like
There
Medjay.
we go. We'll see if we can do it on the other side. There we go. Those were the light attacks. And you can do the same with the heavy attacks as well.
So it's key that it's only the
Now,
follow-up
why
attacks
is all of
that
this
you
stuff
use
important?
your
Why is it
other
important
6
that you can
weapons.
access all these weapons? Now, you would have noticed, JC, very
The spear
skillfully
is his
and
primary
completely
weapon in
unscripted,
every
blocked
case.
everything, dodged everything I
It
threw
was
at him.
not planned at all.
So I'm going to
It
ask him
felt
to
a
not.
little practice, maybe just a little.
I'm going to ask him to not do it now
Oh.
and just get hit.
There's
This
one
is
thing
hard to
before
ask.
we go into that, right? One thing we need to mention really is that you have a zone attack in chains as well, right?
This is true. You can use a zone attack as an extender. So if I do my light here, I can follow up with a zone attack. It's very smooth. It's very smooth. I can continue my chain the entire time. And the same goes for the right. It's for the heavy attacks here. Up into a zone, extender, and you would have seen there's a little property
So the
on
top's
there.
unblockable as well.
So that's really, really useful as well to trade and stuff. So
There you go.
I agree. That was very smooth. In fact,
I didn't quite see
tier
if the left and right heavies are unblockable though.
We'll
get
hear
into
the
that,
animation
we'll get
team a
into
little bit, but
Give them all the time and all the credits.
Did amazing.
Shortly.
yeah. So what's special about these weapons? Because I kept blocking them. I guess there's probably a reason why, right?
Yeah.
I'm
You're
trying not
better
to get
than
hit
me.
too much.
That's
By
So let's get hit. So we'll start with the lights. Oof, didn't dodge that one, right? So what? There's a glow now.
what is
Something
this? What
happened.
is this? Like the little white thing on top.
Interesting.
Something happened. This is happening in every single direction. As I'm using the weapons on my back, I'm kind of getting into what we call the soul stance. We talked about the souls, the soul collector. The souls of our enemies are in these weapons. Every time we hit, there's the pin on the right heavy follow-up. Same at the top. I keep collecting souls.
it's got a lot of souls going on. It's a lot of souls.
right?
Pretty good.
Now, the concept of this soul collector, the
So you just
Sohei
used to
here
hit them with the
is we wanted to add a mini game
with the
to
saw.
design, right? We wanted to have players think a little bit ahead of what they're going to throw at their opponent and have a bit of this mini game of collecting the souls, getting all these souls up, so that by the time you get all of the souls up,
Yeah.
there's something cool that happens.
They're kind of red now.
All right, so it's turned red, so that's
I
soul
remember
stance.
seeing that red in the trailer. And I'm like,
Right.
I wonder, some weird things happening. I don't know. They're going into the.
So what's he going to do now?
I don't know what's
That is the
happening.
question.
Yes.
Or
He's
what can he do
Powered
now?
up or something.
He is powered up, and there's lots of speculation on what that meant.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So,
I'm not sure.
uh,
Please show us because I have no idea.
let's just let the game speak for itself.
Of course, right?
Ooh.
Okay.
Goes.
So
95
I'm old,
damage.
so I can't really see the combat
Wow.
there, but I believe this says
95 damage.
95 damage. Right?
Holy,
My
Right.
goodness.
So
holy shit.
That's
essentially
a lot.
that move, that move you can only do it when you have all souls active, right?
Correct.
And only off of the front dodge bash.
So that's nearly
and
their
it's
entire
off
health.
of a zone attack input.
That's right.
Without
so
buffs.
You front dodge bash. Without the soul's zone attack, you destroy your zone attack. But
Like another.
So if they have an
whatever, but
attack
yeah.
buff on
exactly
that,
right.
an attack
but
buff
if
on
you have
top
your
of the
6 souls,
95,
you
that is
unlock
going to be
the
huge.
special move.
That's going to
The
be in the
7-4
hundreds.
strike, using that Yari, using all the power of
An
the
instant
soul
kill.
to kind of embed your opponent there, dealing massive damage.
Extremely high damage.
This is a scary moment. We've seen it on the floor
It
when
is.
Oh, yeah.
Sohei has all those souls up. It's scary, and he counts as well, right?
Yeah, right. Every time you gain one soul, he counts. It doesn't really matter which weapon is getting the soul first, but he's going to count from 1 to 6, like we've heard in the trailer.
Yeah.
I think
1 to
getting
5, and then he
all
screams something
7
else
weapons to hit,
there.
though, is going to
But
be
the
harder
idea
than it
here
looks,
is
though.
really, you want to be able to hit with all of your weapons to activate that special mode.
Because if someone
All
can
those
see,
souls
oh, he's
are
got
per
5 weapons
You
hit,
have to land the
he's
hit
going to come from this
with that
direction next to
weapon
try and get the soul
gain a
stance.
soul
So they're
on
going to
that
predict
weapon.
it.
I can't just like
more
keep mashing
frequently,
top
that
lights,
makes
top
sense.
heavies,
Yeah.
and getting on the other weapons. It's you have to hit once per weapon
Yeah.
to get all that sort of stuff going.
Absolutely.
Crazy.
But at the same time, like, if that was the only way to really gain souls, it would be really, really, really hard, right? Like, there's a lot of attacks here that, people are going to parry, they're going to block, they're going to dodge. So is there any other ways to gain them?
There are. It's a weapon master. Of
Unless
course
there's
there are
another way,
other
which she
ways. There's
says
always more.
she's saying right now.
So I've showed our dodge attacks, our kind of forward light attack in this case. These can follow up with, let me just do that correctly here, with a light attack. But not only that, it can follow up from a light attack from any stance. The same goes for our heavy dodge attacks.
Nice.
Dodge to the right, follow up with the top. Dodge to the left, follow up with the right.
So I see.
Okay, so all the heavy attacks are actually unblockable when they're
every
follow-ups.
option that Sohei has that is, not like from neutral heavies or whatever, there's a reason why there's light and heavy sprint.
Which
There's
is
a reason
always
why
good
there's
because it
light and
forces
heavy
a
front
reaction.
dodge and side dodge. It's to get into those things, right? Because the chain flow of this hero is kind of unique, where it's always using the same button twice. So because of this, you need to have a side dodge light into light, or a side dodge heavy into heavy, right? We want to be able to reach into these things, and again, give players a lot more reason as to why am I using my light or my heavy version. They have different properties
Quality
as
rise,
well,
I'm currently
right?
on
The side dodge
1080p
heavy has a big
60,
swipe,
which
where
is the
side dodge
max.
Light, for example, has a little poke. So sometimes you want to use the swipe, sometimes you want to use the poke.
So it should be highest quality if anyone's having issues.
Kind of depends on at what point you're at in your game plan, which weapons do you want to activate their souls from.
Gotcha.
That's right. Now we have a couple more. I'll run very quickly through these. So, we want players to see the whole kit, right?
Yeah,
Of
right.
course. So we've already showed the forward dodge bash, I believe. So this can follow up as well. We said that early on. This can follow up with lights or heavies, again, from any stance.
Yeah, against Remington. This is kind of unique. We don't have that. It's very rare that we have this, actually. They're dedicated follow-ups. But so they deal like, we were able to tweak the damage accordingly, everything's good. But they are stance-based. So if I do I can do a heavy from this side, or I can do a heavy from that side, right? So these have pretty good trajectories. Again, so if you want to be in a group fight, if you want to cover your sides, you can. You can still go top if you want. But
Good
it's
for
all
4 versus
kinda
4 then.
really around the hero's game plan of what attack do I want to use in what
He looks like he
situations,
could
but
be
also
strong
think
in
about
both 1v1 and
which
4 versus
soul do I
4
wanna
from what we've seen so
activate
far, which is always
get
good.
to my 7-4 strength.
That's right. That's right. Now, there's a couple of cool things that we've kind of added to this kit just to, we realize that sometimes maybe you want another option. So we talked about the zone extender. Kind of throw that into your kind of combo. So I'll follow up here on the right and this kind of zone. Let me just do a proper zone extender here. Up. Now, that might be easy to parry, right? You might think, every opponent's going to parry that. Easy. So we added the option to
Attacks
soft
look
feint this
pretty
attack,
quick there, actually.
into a guard break.
Yeah.
And
So it
let's
could be
look
hard
at-
to parry
we've
if you
got
don't
to
like
that, how
parrying
good
lights.
these, let me just hit you. How good these animations are. Oh, let me also just do it properly. So smooth.
It is like, honestly,
smooth.
that, again, we'll have the animation team come later, but this is like one of the smoothest soft feints I've seen in the game. I'll do it from my point of view if people players want to see like a little bit more.
Wow.
Just from neutral, you can soft feint into guard break. It feels like amazing. And then if I go into a light, for example, again, like it feels extremely seamless. It's gorgeous. But then, so I guess there's a reason why you're showing us guard break,
You
right?
could get a lot of GBs
Yes,
on your
there
opponents
is
with
a
this
reason I'm
character by
showing
the
guard
looks of
break,
things with that.
because This is an extra kind of follow-up from a regular guard break. So if you do successfully guard break,
Which is good
and
for
then
ledging people,
you can
etc.
follow up with 3 hits,
Nice.
getting all glows for that follow-up type. So
Yeah.
3 lights or 3 heavies. So if you are having trouble getting that last weapon out, just catch the opponent off with that guard break, follow up with whatever you're missing, bam, you're ready to
Ah, there we go.
So basically, if you manage to
So it's
land
actually
some
not
guard
as hard
breaks,
as I thought it was going to be to get into
whatever,
soul stance
you can
because of
get
that.
3 souls every time. Like you get all 3 light souls or all 3 heavy souls. It's light, 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 or heavy, heavy, heavy. You can't switch them midway, so we want players to commit a little bit more there. It makes it a little bit harder to get all the souls active. But it's pretty interesting, right? Because you can do that. And then you can off a guard break. You also have a zone attack. If what you want to do is regular damage, right? Because the important thing here is normally off of a guard break, you want to be able to execute somebody. You want to be able to do 24 damage with a heavy.
Yeah.
Those light, light, lights and heavy, heavy, heavies deal a lot less damage. But we want players to still have the option to be able to, I'm going to throw something that will deal, again, the regular damage. Can potentially execute as well, which is kind of different there.
Instead
as well.
of
we have
red and black, I might go for red and white as my customization colours for this, so that it goes with his souls.
And the chain one as well.
That could be an
kind
idea.
of fits in with that trick here, and also something that's not super obvious. After light, 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 I can go straight into my chain zone as well. So you can keep extending your flow after those like 3 little pokes that you have, or after heavies as well. So you guard break somebody, get 3 souls, and then go into a zone. Keep your offense going.
Yeah,
so it feels really, really good there.
You could GB them again and then get more
One
souls.
thing we want to show just before we jump into a little bit of setup here is I'm going to throw a heavy top at you here. Just to show.
Let me just like get rid of all of my
This is true.
souls there.
Yeah. Just an opportunity
so that
to
again.
7-4 strike me there. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Cool. So throw me a top heavy.
Throw it top
You
heavy
do not
here,
want to get hit by
parry
that.
that one. Up. Immediately follow up with a light or a heavy.
Or a heavy,
again,
yeah.
in any stance.
That light is only 6
Exactly.
damage though.
So whenever
which
you
is not too
parry,
much.
You kind of shortcut to your soul stance, which lets you use any of your soul weapons, right? So any of the 6 weapons that are there. Just as an FYI, so players are aware, we know we had an early access period. You're probably going to see a bunch of videos from influencers
Soon, yeah.
coming out soon. We know there's a slight issue here where if you perform a heavy parry and you throw a heavy follow-up, you can parry the follow-up, but it's a 1-frame thing. We're working on a patch right now to solve this, to have a bit of a longer window. So we're aware of the issue. It's going to get fixed shortly, but not like as of tomorrow when it launches. So just so players are aware, we know about this. You don't need to go into the bug reporter putting a bug if you want to. We know it's good. It's going to get fixed, but just so people are aware.
Gotcha.
But you can throw like so. If I parry a light, so you can do a dodge attack at me, for example, right?
A light dodge attack, is it?
Side dodge. You can do a heavy.
Light dodge, light, yeah. Okay.
Right. So it works. I can throw a side heavy. I'm gonna get. I can get all my stuff. So it's really interesting. You get all of your souls through this. So the hero's entire kit is really built around how do I get my souls? How does that go? Right. So. Now, Mike is going to go and set us up for us to show feats. And while he does this, I'm going to talk a little bit more about some of the philosophy.
All right, so that is the moveset by the looks of things, guys.
Hero, right? So
Because this
Very,
has been
very
deep
nice.
so far. This is
it's super
very.
deep. And
It's
so one of the
definitely
things
unique.
that
We haven't had that
do is
before with
it's really unique.
the
We
soul
want to
stance.
Build on this unique.
So that is good to see.
And it was the first time that we're trying to attempt to.
I
have
quite like it, to
an
be honest, by the
actual
looks of things. It's the first time I've actually seen the
We've never
moveset.
really had a resource system in For Honor
So yeah,
before, where
I quite like that.
You
And I can see
kinda have
myself
to build up a certain
using
gauge of
him-
resources.
using
Something
him a
I've
lot.
seen mentioned like a lot of times by players, like we should have that on like Yorm, for example, like with runes. or
welcome everyone
whatever.
else who's just joined the stream, by the way.
We've
Hey
been
guys.
Thinking about it for a long time.
Don't normally
and
stream.
we finally were able to
Recently I've
build
been doing
this
Elden
with
Ring,
this
so
tool. And with the concept
I
of
know
the
some
6
people have
weapons,
joined from that.
It came naturally to us to go, okay, cool,
Hey,
we wanna
Matt.
build a hero that like has
How
all
are you
these
doing,
weapons,
bro?
So I want to be able to hit with all of these
Yeah, we
weapons.
can play together.
And then when I
I've just
hit with
been
them, I gain
pretty
something.
pretty
Try a
tied
bunch
up
of
with
different
things
you try something
lately.
where, like, you would- if
So
you're
apologies I haven't
familiar
been able
with,
to
like,
get round to
more
playing with you,
traditional
but
fighting games with a concept called
I
an
will
install,
try
it's
to
just
when I have time.
About I know something happened. So there's a concept of an install, right? Well, when you activate something, you go into this really crazy powered up mode. We looked at this and it was like a bit too unpredictable, a bit too hard to control. So we really went towards I'm getting all my resources, and once I have all of my resources, I gain access to a new move that deals a ton of damage, right?
Right.
That's super cool. Another thing that's super interesting in what we've done is, like you might have noticed from what we've had before in the when Alex was talking earlier, that we can't quite customize the weapons, and that is very much on purpose. You'll be able to see, like again when we get back into the game, but as you look at the hero, you'll notice that like each of the handles has a different color. All the light attacks that you can use as Sohei have a white handle, and all the heavy attacks that you can use to pick those weapons has a brownish handle, right? And they're set in a very, very specific area around you. So when she was talking about how it influences gameplay, a lot of what that means is we wanted to make sure that when you're looking at a Sohei, right, because that move is so dangerous, when you're playing against them, you want to go, okay, I want to make sure they don't get access to that move, because once they do, once they unlock it, I'm probably going to be in trouble. So if you look at a Sohei from a player perspective, you look at him like as your opponent. From left to right, it means that the first weapon is a left light, then it's left heavy, then it's top light, top heavy, and then on the side it's right light, then right heavy. So just by looking at him and looking at those souls, the ones that are activated, you can tell which weapons he has used, which ones are activated, but also which ones he wants to use.
Right.
And so because it is like the Sohei really, really wants to have all 6 of those souls activated, so it kind of gives you a bit of a mind game of going, okay, he's missing only one. He's only missing his left light. Clearly he's going to want to use his left light, so I'm going to make sure that because they're 400 MS, they're hard to block, I'm going to try to really deal with the left light and make sure that I'm always going to block in that stance. That also unlocks mix-ups and mind games from the Sohei's perspective, that my opponent is expecting this, I can do something else instead. Right. So it's we wanted to like give that freedom and that type of mind game and thought behind. I need to use all of my attacks. I need to use all of my hits to unlock that big crazy hit. It's not necessarily easy. We had to give shortcuts with the guard break and all sorts of stuff to be able to get into it a little bit easier, so that it makes more sense. So it's really a different hero there.
Yeah.
The other thing that we did that we wanted to make it super unique was the flow, right? As I mentioned earlier, there's like, it's only light or heavy. And also in a fun twist, if you press zone, you press both buttons, so you get access to both light or heavy afterwards. So you really want to use your zone attacks with this hero because it'll chain to either your light or your heavy. So it gives you a bit more freedom as to where you're going to be going, which weapons you're going to use, makes you a little bit more unpredictable. But at the same time, there's slower attacks, they're a bit more complicated. So it's kind of different there. The last point is something to keep in mind when you're playing against Sohei. You have to respect his guard breaks. Much more than a lot of other heroes. Because on a guard break, he gains 3 souls every single time. And so that is extremely scary, which means that slow zone, it's a super easy parry, right? Like you see it, okay, I'm going to parry it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying
soft
earlier, because he's got the soft feint GB as well. That looks like that's going to be the main problem.
Soft feint the guard break, and guess what? He gets 3 souls every time. So it's a lot of these like trickier situations.
Really want to avoid him getting GBs on you.
That mindset of I have to be careful, I have to change my game plan, I have to adapt my game plan when I'm playing against this hero, depending on how many souls he has. If
his throw distance is also very good,
how are you going to play against this? And
then he could be a real issue. Because he could ledge you from like far away, or throw you into fire or spikes or whatever.
Against him, so it's very, very unique.
I don't think it could be like understated like how unique this is, like how no other hero does what this hero does. Like, and I mean, just all the ways that you're talking about here. But it's almost like you'd have to be a weapons master of sorts to be able to pull off all these crazy moves. So I think the fantasy really fits really well here. So that's awesome.
All right, cool. So now we want to have a look at Feats.
We're set up.
Cool. We're set up for Feats.
We're set up for Feats.
All right, time for Feats. 4 vs 4. This is what we're going to be seeing from Sohei.
Mike will nicely explain, tell the cooldowns and the values for each and every feat, so you don't have to go crazy. We're aware that these are going to go really fast. It's normal. Don't worry about it. And we're going to go into it. So Mike, take it away.
Yeah, let's do this. So 4 feats, 4 unique feats for this hero, as we've been doing recently for all of our heroes. Let's start at the first one.
Unique feats is always welcome. That's always good.
Feat 1 here is a targeted active. You target an enemy, throw that at the enemy, and that is a defense debuff. Now, that defense debuff is 25% armor debuff. It lasts for 20 seconds with a minute cooldown, so it's quite short.
Yeah, you can do it quite often.
That's going to be really good if paired with his 95 damage attack.
We're not really going to see the damage values here, but
you're definitely going to be hitting over 100 if you pop that.
Sohei's baseline damage is lower than other heroes, except for that crazy strike there. But generally, he's going to deal less damage than other heroes to compensate for the fact that he gets access to that big move once he does get all of his lows.
Okay, that makes sense.
What's interesting here is that that defense debuff puts him back to baseline. Right? Generally, his damage is going to be 20 to 25% lower than other heroes without that feat active on your opponent. So you want to activate it to deal more damage to get a little bit higher into the fight. And we'll see how it kind of flows with the rest of the stuff. That's pretty interesting.
Correct. So I'm just gonna get some souls on you now, because the second feat here interacts with, of course, it has to interact with the souls.
Guard break me.
I'll guard broke you there. Up, up, up. So I have my 6 souls. That second feat there is only available when you have the 6 souls. So you would have seen it's grayed out. You can see it on JC's side there that it is going to grayed out. For me, it's active, and when you use it, this will consume all 6 souls and heal you to full.
Ah, that's interesting.
I'm gonna deal enough damage to you so you go like.
So you can trade the souls for
I was
health
gonna say, now when you say
with that
full,
second
you
feat.
mean
I mean,
full.
full health. There we go, nice. And
Right, so you're really low.
up. Let's get that up again. Hop, hop, hop. Do the same here again. Very scary. Appreciate you not dodging that. So consume. Boom.
Boom, back to full.
Full health. So that's a game changer.
That's a game
It
changer.
gives
So
the
that's
soul
like
lots
1 bar of
options, but
health for
also
each
it
soul
adds
by
to
the list
him
of things there, because that is full health. That is pretty nice.
Now, I will just gather up my souls here again. Feat 3, as you guessed it, interacts with the soul system.
I'm noticing a theme here.
There's a theme here.
Pretty good. Yeah.
You see, you would have maybe even seen it, spotted it earlier. My hands are glowing. My feet is blinking in the HUD there. When this feat gets unlocked and you have your 6 glows,
Your 6 souls, yeah.
your 6 souls there, then you deal extra damage.
Nice.
So this can combine with that first.
So this is
that
the
defensive
passive
buff to now
ability,
put you above
tier
the power.
3 feat.
A little bit. So this is a 25% damage buff, and it is passive. There's no cooldown on this or anything.
nothing.
It is just active as long as you have your 6 souls. If you lose them, it's gone.
Yeah, if you
Hold
die, if you lose them, if you use them, it's gone.
Okay.
So, what I really like about the way we approach this is, again,
So you can
we
keep
wanted to
all of your
build every
souls and do
system
more
as
damage
possible.
with that
So
third feat.
Our second feat, giving you a full heal if you use all your souls, is kind of interesting because then you have to sacrifice the potential damage output of the third feat, but also you give up the ability to use that move once.
Yeah.
So it's a lot, again, it's focused around like thinking about what situation am I in? Do I want to use that feat? Do I want to use that move? The third feat is interesting because it puts you back at like normal power, maybe a little bit above sometimes. But then if I use my 7-4 strike, I lose that buff, right? So it's, do I always want to use it? If I'm fighting against somebody that's at super low life, maybe it's not worth using it. If I'm against somebody that's like super high life, maybe it'll be worth using. If I'm close to dying, and it's better that I don't die, then maybe I want to heal instead. So everything is kind of surrounds that concept of I'm getting that resource, and then it's intelligently spending it. It's being thoughtful about when do I want to spend it, why do I want to spend it, what are the different situations. That's super interesting there. And then we can also show, like here, right, so you have extra damage. We're not going to show it because you're going to kill me basically one shot.
Yeah.
But then
Welcome everyone else who's just recently joined the stream as well. We are of course looking at the reveal for the new hero, which is
7-4
Sohei.
strike.
He is a samurai faction.
Kill.
First of all, amazing animation here, right?
Very
I
cool.
died.
Oh wow! Look at that, 149 damage for that.
But at the
Wow.
same time,
And a finisher
you see
animation
the
with it
damage
as well.
log.
Nice.
This dealt with feat 1 active on an opponent, and
That's
feat
an instant
active
kill,
on you
basically.
deals 149 damage. So what this means is it basically
think an instant kill
one-shots
for every hero.
entire roster.
Yeah.
With the exception of like if you have defense buffs on yourself or whatever, there's things that can kind of activate your shields or whatever. But somebody normal that doesn't have any buffs on themselves, that's at full health, this will one-shot them every single time.
That is going
It's a
to
lot of
be
damage. You need to have a lot of
interesting to
stuff
fight
coming
against
together.
and
You
to
have your
use.
feat 1 active on the person. You have to have your feat 3 active on yourself, so you have to have unlocked it as well. But once all the stars line up, all the souls line up, you get to one-shot somebody once in a while. It doesn't happen super often.
Oh, not often at all.
I'm seeing
it's
situations
very,
here
very,
where
very dangerous.
if you're with a team that are perhaps not
not
quite good, they could use
Oh no, does he have
or get all their souls on your teammates
But if you do,
and then use the
it's-
one shot
we better gang up on
on
him.
you.
Yeah.
Because if
So,
you die, you lose all of your
I
souls.
can see
So it
potentially
kinda
some people
weird,
might
it kinda
use this on
messes a
myself
bit with the
if
meta. And
our
when
team
this hero is in a group fight because
team are struggling.
he's a
So
terrific,
that's going to have to be
insane
one
ganker. Because
to
from outside,
to watch
you can
out
just go,
for.
I'm going to bash you, one shot you. It's fine. So you want to be maybe potentially like focus on him a little bit more, get into that mode, get into that kind of refocusing and changing how you approach team fights in general. I'm going to talk about it a little bit more later, but it's a lot of why we're building this hero as well is to go around with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And finally, feat 4.
There's a feat 4, the big feat. Once you've unlocked that, you'll learn this I have no
What is
goals.
this
I
gonna
just,
be then?
Death blowed. The 7-4 strike, just one hit. JC here. What if I wanted yet another shortcut? Yes, he did revive. I can press this button, simple press of a button, scary mode. There we go.
Oh, he's powering up.
You go
Powering
straight
up. I
into
have
it
all
Powering
my
up.
with Tier 4.
souls available.
Yeah.
This is a long cooldown. This is
3
a
minutes.
it's a 3-minute cooldown. So use this wisely.
Fair enough.
You won't be using it every team fight. You do have to work
Yeah.
for your souls.
So it's
Once
basically
do
you
have
get
it,
access to your instant
again,
kill with that
this
Tier
kind of
4.
element of surprise changed up.
It's a
the
bit like
team fight
Hitakiri's,
and, you know,
but
hopefully
not as an
one-
attack.
One hit somebody.
Yeah.
You basically prime the
burst
attack with
damage
that.
available when that happens.
Prime the instant kill.
I think we need to see it one more time at least. Go.
Yeah, I'm going to do it
One.
on my side. So they
One more time on the stairs here. Maybe a bit
Yeah,
of.
I don't know how
We have full
dodgeable
health
that
right now,
attack
so
is.
Let's show off what happens when.
Yeah.
Don't know how
have full health.
counterable it is.
Yeah. So just for clarification, there, that was without the debuff.
Yeah, right.
Right.
So now I have the debuff going, and it's good night.
Jeez.
Instant kill.
Oh,
One
that's
shot.
a lot of
One
damage.
shot.
That is a lot of damage. It is
Wow.
extremely scary.
Yeah.
That weapon's like shaking a little
It
bit.
certainly is. Certainly is pretty
Yeah,
scary.
sir.
Terrified of what just happened.
Yeah, so that's kind of like the idea.
You want to
here, right?
avoid
So
any Sohais
we
that are
wanted to really
glowing
build feats
red, basically.
that complement how the hero plays,
Yeah.
complement the systems, and really interact really, really, really deeply with the hero's feats, hero fight kit. Kind of fit really well with it. I'm super happy that we're able to, like, even I was looking at Reddit, I was looking at people, and there was so much speculation
So many guesses.
about like how
So many
things are going to
guesses.
work or whatever. I think we managed to pull off something that's like super different. It feels really, really unique as a hero, and I hope players. will
Yeah,
like it.
definitely is a unique hero. I don't think anyone can
So I
argue with
go
that.
A little bit more into like
yeah.
what we're thinking of in terms of like when we're designing this.
So
hero,
they've
right?
done a really good
Whenever-
job
the
with
process that we
not
do
having
to do
something
this,
that's similar
we
to
start
anything
with,
else.
like a big document. That's like the intention that we have towards building this hero, and we generally start with like 3 keywords.
Right.
And so with these keywords inform us as to how we're going to design the hero, how we're going to design the feats, how we're going to design the fight set, but also like for everything else, right? So whenever we're talking about like executions, animations, all that sort of stuff, how is the feel going to be? So for this hero, we had 3 keywords. We had versatile, right? We wanted him to have different properties, different ways of approaching fights. I want him to be methodical, right? We need to be able to go, I'm versatile, but I'm also methodical in how I want to use all of my weapons, right? Like the Soheis were trained to use all their weapons, to become master of all their weapons, as Andre beautifully put out earlier.
Did,
So
yeah.
it's about like using all those weapons, making sure that you get there, so it's really methodical. But we also want him to be monstrous, right? He's a big demon at a base.
He's bigger than Shuga. if
He's
I'm
bigger
not
than Shigeki,
mistaken,
right? It's our largest character in the game today.
He's bigger than
So
Shigeki.
all these kind of keywords kind of
What?
built towards the
How is that possible?
feeling that we want to drive.
I didn't- I
to
wasn't
this
even looking
hero.
at, like, the
It
size of the
impacts
character.
everything, impacts everything.
I guess, yeah.
That's really, really awesome.
He did seem pretty
and
big.
It was like you've
That's
been
going to
there.
be slightly scary.
You've been there as well. Animation team has been there. Everybody's been working on this like super hard.
Yeah.
It's a
Needs to be a
very
big character, though, to
challenging. We
hold
had to build
seven weapons
tech
on him.
to support the soul system. How does it work? And then we also learned quite a bit from this system because we tried to do stuff where I'm going to use like 1 soul or 2 soul or 3 souls or like different thresholds, all these things. But because it's not a gauge that goes up, it's like I have to use this weapon or that weapon. It just muddied everything in hardcore, right? Because at some point, if you have to have 2, then we tried like things like different colors. Like sometimes it's white, and then it throws like different colors. It's red when it's full. Everything became so confusing, really difficult to play against as well, because it's kind of like you have to start counting them, right? So we decided to go on a more binary matter. So it's white or red. It's all or nothing. It made it a lot easier for the development for this as well to kind of like fit really well. But it was complicated, making sure that we had everything working correctly. I know Francis, who's on the team, has been on the team for a long time, that players are familiar with by now, who worked on the bots for Sohei, made sure that the Sohei bot actually knows which weapons he has activated, and the Sohei bot is actually going to actively try to get to his other weapons to unlock and stuff. So there's a lot of challenges, a lot of things that we pushed towards in building this hero that was complicated. It was super challenging. I think we pulled it off. We have one of our most unique heroes we've had in a long time.
Hands down. Hands down.
That's great. I also want to give like big shout outs to Will, who was on a Warriors Den once, who is a newer member of our team, like for about a year now, who worked like tirelessly on this hero as well, like to start. So it's on the design team. It was like a big challenge for us. Audio also did like amazing stuff on there. Animations, as we'll see, I think these are like some of the smoothest animations we've had on a hero for a long time.
Like butter.
So
Amazing.
it's
Yeah,
amazing,
animation
right?
team,
So just to close it
customization
out
team
really
have
quick,
done
Ryan,
excellent job as always on this.
Looking at this hero, we've
Very,
built it
very,
to be a bit of a meta disruptor that we
impressed,
always kind of have,
as usual.
but in a different way, right? We haven't had players that are heroes that are really good at ganking in a while. This hero has like
Of course, the
strongest
mechanics
ganking move in
are
the
really
entire
good as
game.
well.
That's not a feat, right? We don't count Hito there, but it's still like the strongest move in the game, like the most damage of a baseline move that we can do. It's really different. It's really unique. Wanted to be able to have like that ganking aspect, but also that scary aspect, right? He's monstrous for a reason.
Definitely a
We
scary
want to be
character.
Scared of him. We want players to be
Got that for sure going for him.
Yeah.
I don't want him to be around me. I don't want him to have his souls. I better do something about it.
Right,
And so
right.
it's kind of
You can't take his souls away as well, I don't think.
just by him being there,
So
gaining souls.
if you
off of
see
it. So it's
him
really-
gaining
it's a really big
souls,
different thing. So it's
you
really
can't stop it.
different.
You
It's
gotta
unique.
kill him.
Again, I keep saying that, but it's really true. We're pushing for something that's really different here.
Yeah, nobody else has a resource system, so that's pretty unique.
Exactly, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think and I think you're right, dude. Just from playing and experiencing that, just you hear him counting. It's terrifying. You see the red glows from across the map. Those souls just they're so angry.
When he
they're
gets
coming
all them,
for
he
ya.
screams at
he
the
gets
end.
all-
It's like
yeah.
super
Where
scary.
is he? Where
You
is
hear
he?
him from far away, but when you hear that on the side, you don't
Yeah.
seem like, uh-oh. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. So thank you so much,
Awesome.
JC. Mike, any final kind of thoughts, words?
I really hope the players, enjoy, Sohei here. Get a couple of one shots. Let us know how it feels to be that strong. But also, of course, a very big shout out to the whole team who's worked for months on this. You've already mentioned Francis and Will, the designers working on this hero, the animation team.
Yeah, getting that
the
one
effects
shot in a
team,
duel is going to be
of
quite
course,
rare
like you
because
mentioned.
by the time you've got all the
All the
souls,
arts teams,
your enemy's going to be pretty much dead
everybody,
anyway.
audio,
So
everything came together.
4 versus 4
Now
and
that,
2
of
versus
course,
2 is where that's going to be
inspire us.
more
There's
of an
so
option.
Many people, the whole team.
More of a
Fantastic. Thank
threat
you all so
if
much.
you're on the
And,
other team,
just
of
really hope
course.
the players enjoy this.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, thank you both very much. I know I'm super excited. Sohei is available tomorrow. You don't even have to wait long, folks,
Yeah.
okay?
Tomorrow.
Go for it.
Tomorrow. This is nice. We do the Warriors Den the day before, and then you get to just play him tomorrow. It's incredible. So, but you know what? We have more. We want to go over more with our animation team, do a bit of a deep dive there. So please stick around. We're going to bring some of our incredible animators on, and we're going to talk a bit more about what it took to bring this hero to life and all those silky smooth animations there. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right.
Okay. So that was the gameplay for Sohei. Now we know exactly how he's going to be using all of his weapons, what his moveset's going to be. He looks very, very awesome. He's definitely a unique character, all the way through his moveset, into his feats as well. We've never had anything like this, so this is what I'd hoped for, to be honest, and I'm sure you guys were the same. Very, very awesome character. I really want to get him to Rep 7 so that I can get like all of his armor, which I'm sure we're going to see. Well, we have seen some of his armor already, actually, but there's probably more to see, and more to change in terms of the colors as well. As we are streaming, I'm going to quickly do a little bit of editing in the background. So if you see things flying around the screen, that is going to be why. Welcome as well, guys, for anyone else who's just joined the stream. This is, of course, for the new character, Sohei, who is a samurai. He's currently being revealed to us, or has been revealed, and we've got some more things coming up as well. As you can see at the bottom there, next is going to be the animation, then the new feature, patch notes, and then the wrap up. I think the new feature is going to be a photo mode. I have seen some rumors, seen some indication that that's what it's going to be. So you can take some awesome photos of your characters potentially, and then show them to your friends.
All right.
I didn't realize that. I
Pulled it off.
Nice. Nailed it.
No.
Thanks all last minute, but it's good.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to the deep dive, the animation segment.
Yes.
Join with me are Vanessa, Daniel, and Nolan. Super excited to get into this. How are you guys feeling today?
Very, very pumped. It's fun.
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
I'm amped. It's gonna be sick.
Yes.
So let's get right into it. Please tell us, what was it like animating a hero with 7 weapons?
I mean,
What?
what else can I do? GC did spoke about everything. No, I mean honestly, it's an incredible hero. I brought the weapon from the mocap studio.
Oh my god.
You will need some help here.
And it's pretty big.
It's been here the whole time.
Yeah, it was.
I wonder if they
hidden
use
all
that
along. So
for
it does
Nabushi.
the
Normally
the
they
ceiling,
reuse them,
and
I
there's a
think.
little face on it. I don't know if you can see it.
It's-
On your face. Happy face.
Ooh.
Need to find a way to correct the angle sometime. That's
Yeah.
the place. There you go. So you have the big giant Yari.
Gotta
from
keep
the
holding
big-
it, man.
Okay.
Got it.
No, it's
Because you let people bask in this. It doesn't even fit in frame.
I got a smiley face in it. Nice.
But yeah, no, the this hero was incredible to work on. This inhuman strain that he has. He's super dramatic, theatrical, like Alex said at the beginning. Everything was, our goal was for us to transpire all of that in the animation. And of course, the biggest challenge, the 7 weapon. 6 weapon on the back. I mean, 2 weapon, not 3. We skipped 3, 4, 5, 6. Straight to 7.
Right for it.
Oh my
That's
God.
it.
So
Jumped ahead of it, yeah.
yeah, and this the problematic came right away because 6 weapon. How do you unsheath them? How do you grab them? GC mentioned it. We had to figure out where to place them to reach them. So we kind of associated with the stance a little bit. We were trying to be a bit again showing off his dramatic aspect and trying to find a way to do the animation smoothly, naturally, but it has to be fast as well. Because, you know, those 400 ms. Yeah, 400 ms attack. It needs to go fast. It needs to look good. And there was a lot of work with, we can see on the screen, with the mocap actor to really try to get in the motion of being able to maybe do an attack and sheet at the same time as well. So we were trying to find those kind of trick to help ourselves to gain those precious frame that we need when we had to do, like, when we say, okay, let's do 6 weapon in the back.
I'm just editing
quite the
a
challenge
video in the
is, like,
background,
yeah,
guys.
just
That's
adding-
why you're
it was a
seeing
smart
some
decision, I think, from the
some
beginning
stuff
to
going
just
on.
Figure out to put the
For
end.
anyone
like,
who's just joined us.
he's looking at you that way. He stands. He's ready to grab the weapon. So, yeah, very happy that we work hard in the beginning a lot with GC and.
Bit of a
the
sneak
other
peek
team
if
to
I make my
sure
vids.
that will be the foundation of all of this. And yeah, so very challenging visually, very challenging technically as well, right, Dan?
Yeah.
Hey,
So
welcome,
the main
Eugene. Welcome to the
difference
chat, man.
between this hero and the other
149
heroes
damage,
in the
yes.
past is that
That is
this
pretty
one,
huge.
It's a little bit more
This
technical
character
to
can
animate.
one-shot
Why?
enemies
Because we have something
very easily.
called the weapon ref that are pretty much
So,
like pivot points, reference points.
That is going to be
that
interesting.
allow us
Ooh,
to
this is
control
interesting.
the
Look
weapons
at this.
of the hero. And the first question that we needed to ask ourselves was, are we really using all these weapons at the same time? The answer was quite simple, and we said, okay, we're not using all of them at the same time. We are using mainly the Kamayari. So we said we have left weapon ref, right weapon ref for every other hero. So Kamayari, you're gonna be solved by the right weapon ref, right? But then we have only one weapon ref available, that it was the left one, and we said, okay,
we have a problem because we have 6 weapons that we need, and we have only available 1 weapon ref. So we had to change a little bit the way how we use that weapon ref. We said, okay, we're gonna create more or less. It's gonna happen the way it's gonna be or act. It's gonna be like a magnet, okay, and with a switch that we can set on off, more or less what you're seeing on the screen right now. So we snap the weapon to that weapon ref. We do the attack. For example, I unsheath the weapon. I activate my weapon ref. I say on, go, weapon, snap to that weapon ref, strike, and dead, and then let's go. We set it to off. Then, of course, we run into other situations. Like, for example, like what about if I chain my chain attacks? Like
That's interesting.
They were doing before with the Sun Extender. So
Because now that they've done that
if we were doing it in
kind of
real life,
mechanic,
we will have
or
to
sorted that
hit
problem
when
out
we
animation-wise,
shoot
they
it
could
from
probably
the
do that
weapon
for
while
future
doing
heroes as well,
animation
or maybe you can go back
the Sun Extender.
and edit some of the current
that
heroes
was, pretty much
to
we tried
use
to answer all our
stuff that's
questions in the animation
already on
software,
their
but the second,
character
not problem, but challenge we had
skin,
was
like
going
knives
in
and
engine and reproduce
swords,
that in
etc.
engine. So for that, we had or hold some conversations with the GBP team, Pascal, Abdel, in that moment, and we asked them, hey, this is the way or how we can solve this, how we can animate all of that. We will need a system or tool in order to make this happen. Could you help us with that? And they kindly said, like, okay, that we can do this for you guys.
They were sweating a little bit, though. There's like, maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of new, and for us, it needed to be flexible as well. Because at that moment, when you start, like it's the beginning, doing the hero, so you're not too sure where we're gonna go, and oh my god, I'm gonna do this attack and this attack. So we would try to work and do it and plan it, and all of that at the same time.
Tests.
Yes.
Back and forth, saying this is working, this is not working. Can we add this?
A lot of trial and error.
Yeah, trial and error, and then we had to consider as well other departments such as VFX and sound effects because they need to also plug their
the sound on
the sound and everything, the VFX.
Yep.
And after that, we said, okay, everything is working. We can pretty much
the character is I was going to say an assassin here. He's a samurai. I think he's going to be a hybrid. He must be a hybrid
We're going to make it happen
because he's got 7 different weapons. He's like the definition of a hybrid. But he could also be a heavy because he's apparently bigger than Shigoki, so he could be a hybrid / heavy.
With every weapon.
That's what I would guess.
More work, and we say
being an assassin is less likely because of his size.
So we're like, okay,
he doesn't have any deflects or anything like that. So
all this animation. So it's very smooth.
Yeah, I'd say heavy / hybrid is likely what he's going to be.
Wait, you talk about that.
In terms of difficulty, he looks like a
Gushed
medium
about in the last one, but
or an
that,
easy.
soft
He
hand
doesn't
from
look
the zone and
too
guard
difficult to
rig,
master.
Like, I'm in love with that thing.
He
It's
doesn't.
amazing.
He hasn't got
Like,
any other
awesome.
stances, despite having 7 different weapons. All of his weapons are used with full art attacks.
I love it. They're so good. Like
I like it too. I love it. Well, my favorite though is the 7 Force Strike.
I suppose we could talk about that one too. Yes, that's, like if you want to hear more about the 7-4 strike instead of just the soft feint, that's fine. But yeah, sure. Let's go to that. Like, tell us more about the 7-4 strike.
Yeah, for that one, like I said, it's my favorite one. Not because how beautiful it is. It's more about the feeling of the animation overall. And this is gameplay animation. Why? Because at the beginning, during the pre-production, we were like, okay, let's do something crazy. We had crazy ideas, like something like Hitokiri Fit 4, for example, or let's do it a sort of execution.
So, of all the things I want to try in game development, doing mocap would probably be my choice because it looks so awesome to do.
This attack, it has to be guaranteed. So we need a bind. We need to bind the enemy. And I remember we were saying like, okay, if I bind the enemy, what I'm supposed to do, okay? Because
you get
what else?
Try
which options do I have? Let's go here.
Be like that, grab a chair and try to do something different. Than it's very difficult, and this weapon is pretty long too. So
Thank you for specifying chair, not like little brother.
I mean, but yeah, it's.
So the range was not there, but then we said, okay, let's start building everything from that bind. Let's do a grab. And I remember, like, let's grab the shoulder, the head, and I think it was Vanessa who was saying, no, let's go for the face.
Yeah,
Let's grab the face.
Like, he's very strong.
It's demon. Sort of. And yeah, we started building from that and adding, like, as animators, we have to.
I think they filmed this in
just
Montreal
like
as
a
well.
better posing, timing, and spacing.
I think the studio's in Montreal for this, for the mocap.
So in that way, we started to add more impact to the hit. And in every play session, in every review, we were saying, okay, add more impact, or more impact. Like you were saying there, we had like raw mocap data, and then now I think here we are towards the polish, okay? And yeah, after that we say, okay, stop there the impact, because now we have a killing variation, so that it needs to be even more powerful.
Yeah.
So the challenge was just that.
He's definitely powerful.
From limitations,
Definitely
constraints, how to
a
make it
powerful character.
beautiful, and that feeling.
And the feeling, like Dan said, it's so important. That's how we check the animation, basically. Like even if it's we mocap it with the actor, we work it out in our software engine, animation software, but you're gonna feel the animation with your controller in hand, and you want to feel powerful. So if it doesn't feel powerful, it's not good enough. You have to cheat it, and camera, and
Yes.
of course VFX and sound. Everything like is a piece of a puzzle, but
That they did an amazing job, VFX and sound. I remember like when we pretty much did our pass, we were okay, we were satisfied with it. But then like talking with the VFX artist, Chris, we said, okay, maybe we frame the VFX in this way, because the idea is to get all the souls that are coming out from the pommel of the extra weapons, okay? And they go on the tip of the Yari. So how to frame that? And then when we hear the final, the final sound there, the sound effects, it was just, wow, we said we nailed this. So yeah, kudos. You know.
It's super interesting to see like everything behind the scenes, and then just kind of like work its way into like how polished it is, because the final product is just amazing.
Feels really
honestly,
good.
it looks so good. I'm sure it's gonna feel amazing.
and it really feel like an execution.
Yeah,
Really feel
exactly.
like an execution. And we can maybe break down more of an execution.
Yeah, sure. Should we go over?
We brought some stuff.
Oh, we didn't see the executions, I don't think. I don't think we did. I can't recall seeing them actually. So this is going to be different.
You did execution. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. We wanted Vanessa and I. We wanted to share with you or with the players. Okay.
You just slapped him.
More or less.
One of the executions might actually be a slap.
Here. Like you see, what you see on camera right now, it's the mocap. Okay, of course there is some pre-production happening as well, but you see Vanessa there, like trying to give some instructions to the mocap artist.
Yes, we do need some new maps. New maps would be nice, but
they know what they're doing. But
don't
still,
think
like,
we're going to get it anytime soon.
Or paying attention to the little
Unfortunately, but I think
Then-
we are
well, that's
due
how-
a map reskin
That's
for
how level we
4v4
receive,
Dominion.
okay?
I think we're still due
and
one,
then,
which
our
they
job
said
is to start putting
that they're going to do.
They're synchronizing the characters, right?
I mean, they're not eating each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no.
we want to take care of them.
Yeah, we want to take care of them. So there. Oh my God, I cannot stop laughing
now we
here.
should have
The little shuffle. The little
No,
shuffle is the best right there.
So
Amazing.
yeah, you see synchronizing the characters and timing, posing and
camera as
stuff
well,
like
like
we were
your-
talking before. And then we start like doing a camera pass. We start sharing it with the rest of the team. Hey, what do you think about this? What do you think I should change? All of that. That's pretty organic. We keep it organic with the team. And then when we feel that it's getting ready, we do like an integration in game. But this one in particular, I wanted to share with you because we have a little confession here that the Camariari was even bigger right now. So if you see right now that weapon got shorter under the production, what happened? I was talking to Andre, the quality.
So his spear is always going to have that bit jutting out
we
at
saw
90
that
degrees
it
because of
had
that animation.
It was
That's
no
what that
longer
confirms.
on the floor, which changed
So
our
he's going to have
context.
his L spear, giving people some L's
plan.
Yeah, there's
with that
The
weapon for
The
sure.
initial plan was to use the horizontal blade and pin the head of the enemy in there. But now with that change, since we changed it and now it has to be lower, look at what happened with the
Yeah, the slave
with
doesn't look like
with the
great,
opponent.
The opponent.
So it's almost on his knees, and we had to make decisions, and we said, okay.
I'm hoping my PC's not going to crash because I'm currently streaming, editing a video, editing a thumbnail,
We said horizontal
and
blade goes on
got
the
Google
heart,
Chrome
and
running at the same time where I'm
vertical
looking
blade goes on
at the chat.
on
So
of the
if I suddenly
That's
cut
what I
out,
think.
that's why. My CPU has had some issues recently, and my GPU, so hopefully that's not going to happen.
I
But
gotta tell you
very
that there's
fun.
something so comforting.
seem to be doing
that
all right
even
so
in
far.
All of our like animation software, that Larry is still just the punching bag. for
and apparently the stream
everything.
quality is
So,
okay,
yeah.
so that's always a good
Mad
sign.
respect to you, Larry. Like we love you. So yeah, so, pretty amazing. Great, but I think it really goes to say too that we talked about it a bit with JC and Mike when they were here. We're talking about that whole system of building a resource system for hero, for creating this whole soul system, how we're counting them, how we're using them, all the work that goes into that, and obviously
Soul
also
system.
You see like with the animations and
The
moving
soul
into
system
that,
of
and creating
Sohei.
again these new rigs just to be able to use like all these extra weapons. It was absolutely a monumentous task to take on, like not just like one major thing, but we had like 3 major huge production topics we were taking on for this hero, and I got just from my perspective, I think we nailed it.
Yes. Oh no, absolutely,
huge.
absolutely.
I know.
No, yeah.
I just want to thank you, shout out to everybody on the team, like
And shout out to the mocap actor as
Yeah.
well, Max, Carl,
Yeah.
Joe, Seb, and Jason for the cordo. I mean, thank you guys, of course,
The animation team as well.
The animation
Noel,
team,
Jimmy,
Noel,
like,
Jimmy.
Matt,
and
all of them.
everybody that work, Eduardo as well. Everybody work on it. Like Dan was saying, like it's a team effort, absolutely team effort. So. Yeah, big thank you for everybody that achieved that. I can't wait for tomorrow.
Tomorrow, big day.
Tomorrow, crazy.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on the Den and breaking down all the details of the animation. I'm sure people loved it.
I hope so.
Awesome. But stick around because the next segment is a new feature segment, so you won't want to miss that. But before that, you're gonna see all of Sohei's unique emotes, signatures, and executions. So stick around.
Good job.
Finishes and executions. Oh, here we go. Oh shit! He takes the arrows like a boss, and then bam. Oh, these are awesome. Damn. Awesome executions. That first one, though, I think the first one's the best, to be honest. It takes like 20 arrows and then just continues. Oh, that's nice how they've actually included his emotes with his weapons as well. So all the work they did on the mocap is not just for the gameplay, it's for everything, including emotes. That is pretty nice. Gotta take my hat off to the animators for that, for doing all that work. This guy is immune to arrows. Good thing we don't have any arrow heroes. Ranged heroes are a no. They wouldn't matter anyway. It would be sick if you have someone next to this guy doing that animation where he takes the arrows, where I think it's not a hero specific finisher, but it's where that you actually kill them with like 3 volleys of arrows. If you had that going on next to the Sohei who's doing that finisher, that would look pretty awesome. Be good for like a cinematic. Like maybe that's an idea for a future vid. Could do that. That's good. Overall, I am liking this character though. I like him more than the Varangian Guard when I saw that on release. That character didn't have too many
Welcome back,
unique things,
Warriors.
but this
Welcome
character
to the
certainly
Euro
does.
Season 2 TU2 new feature segment. Join with me are Mariev, and for the very first time,
Oh,
Aval.
Hello.
How you both doing?
good. I have a question for you though.
Yeah?
How come we don't have a cool intro like the other segment?
All right,
What
mark
happened?
it down for next time. Next time
Thank
Mariev's
you.
on. We'll do a
Definitely,
cool
we need
intro.
to rehearse that.
All good. We'll do something cool next time. But I'm super hyped to get into this. Haval, there's a rumor going around right now. There's some sort of new feature. Can you clarify these rumors for us? What's coming?
Yes, by the way, I'm
Oh, I think I know what this is. I think this is the photo mode.
Yes, the rumors are true. We have introduced a brand new photo mode into For Honor for the first
There we
time.
go.
This
It is true.
going to be epic, honestly. This is a two-part photo mode. So most games, they do a single-part photo mode, which is just in-game. We're actually going to be doing a photo mode that's two parts, one in-game and one actually in the hero overview. So, as we were developing this feature, we really wanted a way for the community to showcase their amazing fashion that they do. We know there's a big following on Reddit. There's a whole subreddit dedicated to that. Always on social media we see that. And we really wanted to have a feature for the players to
Might
really
be useful for
showcase,
thumbnails.
those creations that they make and share it with the community, honestly. Some high-level details, obviously, available in solo modes. So that means campaign, arcade, training, and we've added an option for players in custom matches to have a photo mode session. So you'll be able to go into photo mode in a custom match. If you want to do a Dominion, duels, anything, and you want to pause, take photos, you'll actually be able to. And in the in-game section, you'll pause the game, and then you'll launch photo mode. From there, you'll have access to 2 cameras, so not just 1, 2, sort of a theme. We're always giving you one and the other. So you'll have a orbit camera, which follows your character around, essentially just orbits. And then we'll have a free cam where you literally have free access to go anywhere in the world.
That's awesome.
Anywhere in the world.
Anywhere. It's
It's like a plane ticket right there.
Yes. Feel like you're a bird. You can just fly anywhere in the game. And then in the barracks, this is something we really wanted to do, was something unique to a photo mode, really. And we realized a lot of the social media content that people share is they're in the actual hero overview, and then they hide the UI and they really want to showcase their hero that they've customized. So we said, well, that's great. What can we really do there? And we said, well, let's add all the filters and all the camera settings inside the hero overview as well. So you'll be able to apply those while you're customizing your hero, while you're viewing animations and executions, and it's all available there. So you really have full access to that entire feature inside of hero overview as well. And then just some other notes as well. PC players, you'll be able to save a screenshot. It'll save to your My Documents, My Games, For Honor folder, just where we save the benchmarks and options. And for console users, yes, it is a console feature as well. It's not just for PC players. You'll be able to use the respective console's controller to use the share functionality and, share to your heart's content from there.
I think this will be better for console players actually, because on PC we have got NVIDIA
Sure.
Shadow Play,
what
which you
players
can do
expect
something
from
similar
that, really cool
to
feature,
anyway, which is only available on
we
PC.
have
So
15 camera
this will really be
settings,
good
we have
for
12
PC
filters,
pla-
and then we
console
have 2
players,
frames,
specifically
which are,
console content
logos,
creators.
And then there's 10 possibilities of placement
Which would have been
with
useful when I was a
those,
console
logos.
content creator for the
So
first
camera
3 or 4
settings,
years of
it's
this
kinda what
game.
you would expect from like
Um,
any photo mode. So you
but
have
yeah, it's good all
depth of
around.
field, contrast. You have the RGB hues that you can modify as well. Then for the filters, as you saw on the screen, there's a bunch of really interesting filters. I'll let the players kind of explore through them, but I think my favorite is definitely the painting one.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah, that's
there's
quite
any
cool.
like
That's
hidden
nice.
artists out there, that filter is for you for sure. And then we also have the tune filter, which do you remember the tune filter, Anthony?
I was expecting
Yeah.
to see a green screen
So,
filter
From
though.
the Airbowl School.
They have
right?
one which makes
There you go.
everything
So
green,
you were
but
like,
not
it's
the
already
background
in
green.
game, so
That
why
would
not
be
add it there
nice.
as well? So you can kind of recreate.
Maybe they could add that later.
April Fool's moment. And yeah, there's one thing though. If you have a filter on, some of the camera settings are going to be locked just because we want to preserve the integrity of that filter. So for instance, if we have like night vision, and then you can go and modify like the the color. It's not really night vision anymore. So we kind of made that decision there for those reasons. And then, yeah, it's a very straightforward feature. I don't think players will have difficulty using it or navigating through it. And yeah, we just really wanted to create a tool that, allows them to channel their creativity. In Barracks, it's more like to showcase your fashion, like Haval said. But in the maps in game, you can really get clever with it. You can go and explore the map.
Guess the next step for this is to do like a
we really encourage you to try like different emotes to kind of come up
like
with something
Call of Duty had,
funny,
where it
artistic,
records the
whatever.
whole match. You can save the whole match and
Actually,
then
one
go
of our
back in
UI
the third
programmer,
person
John,
and then take photos. I think that would be like the
he
next
made
step
a photo. You're gonna see
from
it
this,
after.
which would be
We're
really
gonna
good.
show some of them. But he used a surfing emote.
Oh, yeah.
And then he like positioned himself like, there you go, that's the one. And then he like put
that looks
himself
so good.
right behind water, so it looks like pirate is surfing.
That
And I
genuinely
think
looks like he's surfing.
yeah, like really, John, good job. Like we went to see him and we were like, please take some photos for us because he always comes up with great photos. And we were not disappointed. So this is the kind of content that we encourage players, to come up with. Just get creative. That's what it's there for. Honestly, it's a lot of fun. I know we had a lot of fun using it as well.
Sure.
So yeah, you can use those photos there as a little inspiration. But as anyone here, I'm super
Nice.
excited to
Very
see
nice.
how this tool is going to be used.
Yeah,
Awesome.
definitely. I think, we're really giving players that ability now to really showcase that artistic, creation that they want to see. Do you want to see For Honor as a painting? That's something they're like, wow, I can have my character look like an actual Renaissance painting. You can go old school retro. Like, what if For Honor was like an old school, 8-bit, type looking game? So you could take photos like that as well. And it's really just giving players the creativity. We have a very, very dedicated, player base, and this is really a feature that we really wanted to give them. It's really a passion feature from the team. It started up as a prototype. And then, people on the team were just really interested, and then we just sort of grouped up, and then the feature just kept, going and going and going, and then we're like, we
welcome
need to give
guys
this to the
who
players,
were
and
just
everybody
recently
on the
joining us
team
as
was
well.
so
Welcome to the
excited
stream.
when we
There's
had
a few
the
of
play
you who've
sessions.
recently joined
People
since I
were
last checked
sharing
the
just
chat.
so many screenshots. They were pitching ideas like, oh, we should do this, we should do this, we should add this, and it was just amazing to see the team's reception. And we know players.
I'm only just
gonna love
recently
this as
seeing
well.
like
This
the
is
lower
something they've been
part of the
requesting
text,
for a
like the
very long
most
time,
recent
so we're bringing it to
chat.
them.
So
And,
if you have any
just
questions,
off that
please
note, I
do
really
ask
do
them.
want to thank the development
'Cause I may have missed some
specifically,
stuff.
Michelle, our UI programmer, who
when is
did,
this
you know,
update? This
all
is
the UI programming that
tomorrow.
You see on that screen. He's
New
not here
hero
with
is
us right now,
tomorrow,
but we do wanna give him
25th
a
of
big
July.
thank you. Get
So
and
you've
Yuri,
got less than
the
24
3D
hours to
VFX
wait
artists who
until
did all the
it's
filters
available.
and camera settings that you see.
I
They
think
spent a lot of
you
time, a lot
can
of effort
pay
into
for
that, so
early
we really wanna
access
thank them. Our
to get
two
it
dev
tomorrow.
testers, Guillaume and Jesse, who
Like I think
you
it's
know,
like
they were
it'll
testing
be like
every
$10
single
or
day, making
$12
sure
or
they could
something like
find
that.
any issues with the node.
And then
And
if you don't want to
then
pay for
our
it in
two
real
production
money,
managers, or
then
leads,
I think
MC
it's
and
2
Gab, for doing
weeks
all the planning and
from
production
tomorrow, and then you can
assets.
pay for it within
Stuff
game
that
still.
needs to be done to allow us to, work on the
So
actual
that might be
content.
okay
So we really
for
wanna
you,
thank
but if you really want to get hold of it, then you're going to have to pay
everybody on the team who
real money for it
contributed, gave us feedback,
if you don't want to
we
wait.
can't wait for the players to see it.
That's going to be awesome. Well, I want to thank you both so much for coming on and
They're
telling
not
everyone about
reworking anyone that I know of.
Photomodes. But yeah, that's not all. We've got more. We've got more because we actually have a photo mode contest starting tomorrow and running until August 8th. Yeah. So anyone is eligible to participate. You can submit your photos through X or Twitter with the hashtag ForHonor photo mode contest or via email by sending it to forhonorcommunity@ubisoft.com with the subject of the email being photo mode contest submission. Winners will receive awesome prizes like this guy over here, Sohei. We've got some steel too that we're giving away, so super hyped. So be sure to participate.
I will probably
think
be
we're dropping a
buying
link.
the
I don't know
hero
whether
before
chat's
that,
here?
so
Here?
Somewhere.
Somewhere.
probably have the
chat.
hero
It's
before,
not
but
talking,
I
that's for
might. I could enter.
But I think Jet or Josh will be dropping a link to an article where it's going to be detailing all the rules of the contest. So be sure to check that out. And yeah, but be sure to tune in with us on August 13th for a special photo mode live stream where you'll be able to vote on your favorite submissions. Come hang. I'll be there. Josh will be there. Jet will be there. Haval will be there. Unfortunately, Marie-Ève will not be there, but it'll still be a good time.
Your loss, right?
That's it. Ultimately, it's our loss. But yeah, so if you want I just want to thank you both again for coming
Thank
on.
you.
It was an honor.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
But yeah, stick around for you watching at home because we have patch notes coming up next with our Lord and Savior, Mr. JC.
Coming back.
Take it away.
Okay, so if they are going to rework any characters, this is where we would find out, but have not heard anything currently about any potential changes. So what would you rate the new hero out of 10 from what you've seen? Are we rating it close to 10? 10 being an amazing character? Or are we more thinking, oh, he's more of a 1 out of 10, he's not that good of a character? How would you rate him overall? I personally would rate him about an 8 from what I've seen. If I once I play him, then I will obviously know for sure, but originality, I'd say, is definitely a 10 out of 10. I don't think you can argue that he's like copied just another character. Yeah, looks as well. He's very different to every other character. I've seen a lot of people rating him 10, 9 for visuals, 7 for initial combat. Yeah, it's pretty highly. Another 10 there. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked as well. It seems like most people are as well. Samurai is always my kind of character that I go through for anyway, naturally, just because I think they're the coolest kind of like theme. So yeah, 7 from Remorseful, fair enough. Dinko's giving it a 10. Dark, you're giving it a 7. A little bit off for you. Okay. Party, you're giving it a 5 or a 6.
I'm still like, I see this happy.
So you're sort of in the midpoint.
I want to embody that as much as possible.
Strangely heavy. Probably just like one shot somebody.
It's just, yeah, no, that's the look when you get that 7-4 strike off.
All right, so patch notes time then. Let's see what our current characters are going to have change-wise.
Cool. We had some fun segments talking about Sohei. We've got photo mode. That's super cool. But
incredible. It's incredible.
But we're not done. We got
not done yet.
We got more.
Yeah, there's some, I think some patch notes.
Some patch
I don't know.
notes. I don't know. Like, I mean, community, do you want to hear more about balancing and patch notes?
I don't know.
I'll assume they said yes. So
I would imagine so, but I mean, you never know.
I know. If they said no and we just
I think we should still do it though, right?
Yeah, I guess we rehearsed it and everything. So.
All right, okay.
All right, so JC, tell us what is coming in the build tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
That's
right? So I've seen some people asking us to nerf Orochi in the chat.
Yeah.
So I took the time in
Orochi
Oh,
segment
just now.
to just run back to my computer and then talk with the designers. We push some like nerfs really quickly.
Yeah.
And then we're nerfing Orochi.
Oh wow!
So
asking you shall receive.
Yeah, right. So Orochi's been overperforming. That's not a surprise to anybody.
Yeah.
So we're doing some adjustments.
There we have
to
it,
the hero
guys.
that,
Orochi is going to get a nerf. I'm not surprised, to be honest.
Right?
Not
so
surprised.
First off, Zephyr Slash. So that's
His trajectories are pretty good.
They're no longer enhanced, including on-off target opponents.
Oh, no longer enhanced.
So
Okay.
We've done this with,
Okay.
you probably remember with Berserker.
So if they block it, that's it. You can't follow up.
Proved to be rather fruitful. Knocked the hero down a peg or two. Went from super high tier to respectable still.
Top heavy finisher down from 32. Well, that's not too much of a
So
difference.
we're giving it to Orochi. We'll see if we need to give it to other dodge cancel heroes, how that kind of goes. But for now, Orochi really, really needed it. Essentially, this was used to initiate offense extremely safely. Not something we want to have too much in the game. There needs to be some sort of safer offense, but not to the point of defensive moves are used overly offensively. That's not really our intent, so we're trying to switch that We've also
Yeah,
lowered the
Orochi has
damage
got a
from the
lot
top
of
finisher,
opener
from 32,
options and specifically combo options. He's got a lot of combo options
It's kind
actually.
of weird to say that because Sohei does 95 off for one thing.
And yeah, his
but
trajectories
off
are
of, like,
huge for
normal
4
attacks
versus
you
4.
throw, all the time.
I'd say
30,
it's
we're
more
trying to
of
hit
an issue for
30 as our, like,
for sort of
top
newer
end.
players.
Sometimes we're gonna go a little
When you
bit
go
above in
higher
certain
up the skill,
situations.
like the more
Really
experienced you are with the
30 here
game, he becomes
makes
less
a
of an
lot
issue.
sense. From 32. So again, 32 was a bit too high, so we're trying to
But
lower
yeah,
that.
all around, obviously,
We've also
can understand
adjusted
why
the
people have an
weapon
issue
trajectories for the side of
with him.
finishers to better fit the
or
weapon
her. He can
trajectory.
also be a her.
I love to use these
Can also
terms
have a
because
female
the
Orochi.
most confusing thing ever.
It's a very practice term. at this point.
Basically, what it means, if it's confusing to you, is the hitboxes of the side heavy finishers are smaller. Like, that's all it is. But the idea here is that
Less forward
Orochi
movement
has
for a heavy
very,
finishers.
very good side heavy finishers, and it was something that we did.
So you combine that with the
way back
trajectory
when
nerf,
on purpose.
he's not going to be as good in 4 versus 4,
Because
basically.
Orochi was underperforming. For
Not
going to
be as good
and we
in
kept trying to, like,
anti-ganks.
adjust him so like he tried to go into a good spot, and we put those attacks are like 700 MS. They have huge trajectories. They have a lot of forward movement. It took a long time for players to realize and see their potential.
They have shown the new hero.
But now
Yeah,
that
we
it's
did the
there
new hero
and it's
about,
used a lot more,
I think, an hour ago.
we see that it's too strong. Right? So
They
because of
released
this,
the
we wanted to
gameplay
really adjust
and
this
his
down a
moveset
little
and his
bit more
feats, so that has been
it
covered.
doesn't feel like Orochi,
If you go back on this stream, you can rewatch it. I will probably do a video, or I am currently making a video on that as well.
We've also lowered the forward movement on all of his heavy finishers, again, to help with those situations where you could target swap to somebody that was far away, do a side heavy finisher, hit somebody on your side really safely from super far away, and like really advance like crazy, so you could also also get safe from them. So it's a lot of like targeted nerfs to Orochi to lower his effectiveness specifically in group fights. None of these have any real, maybe aside from like the top heavy finisher, they don't really have an impact on 1v1s. It's
Well,
really,
now
like,
they've
group
nerfed
fight
him.
ability.
I guess, guys, they
It
could
is
just
like
bring
a
back his
combo.
heavy deflow.
And then finally, the last one.
Why not?
Which I'm going to have to explain because I don't think a lot of people are
That'd be
going to
nice.
completely understand the issue, but it's an actual pretty serious one. So we've increased the chain link timing from Dust Devil, which is a front dodge kick, to heavy finishers by 100 MS at minimum. So what you could do, and you can do on live, I don't want to see anybody do it on live right now.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to see it. But basically, you could Dust Devil somebody, right? So front dodge bash, target swap to somebody else, and then do a side heavy finisher, because that's what it can chain to, and get that hit confirmed on the person you bashed initially, right? Because it's 700 MS, and it's a big trajectory, and the trajectory starts before the hit timing, right? So normally, like if it lands on the person I'm locked on to at 700 milliseconds, because there's a swing before, the hitbox starts earlier. So it was guaranteed on opponents if you did like that exact sequence of events.
I didn't actually know that,
It
to be
doesn't
fair.
always happen, but getting that much damage.
Don't really follow kind of like
strong. So by reducing
weird moves like that
well,
aren't
actually
really
making that
supposed to be in the
finish time a
game.
little bit
I don't
longer,
really
ensures
search
that
it
this is no
actively.
longer possible, they'll be blockable. You should be in a good spot. So for Orochi right now, this is what we're doing. We're going to still keep an eye on it. We know that a lot of people are having a hard time with Storm Rush, for example. So we're keeping an eye on the hero, seeing where this is going to drop to, and then adjust accordingly again, right, to try to go forward and make the hero a bit more balanced so it's not overly frustrating to play against. I've seen some tier lists where Orochi is in his own tier at the top. This is not what we want, right? They're definitely not what we want, so we need to address things as they go.
Gotcha. All right.
Next up, we have some Lawbringer buffs.
The bringer of law himself.
Just to make it clear, to temper expectations, we're dealing with damage only. We're raising the damage on some of his attacks. It might look that there's only 1 or 2, whatever. But we'll go into a little bit more detail afterwards. So I'll just start with, right now, the top of the opener now deals 23 damage, up from 20. What this means is a top heavy is going to deal 23 plus the guaranteed 4 afterwards, which deals 27, which is the normal damage.
So
for a
Lawbringer
top
is
heavy
getting
that
a
is
buff,
at that speed.
as
But
opposed to
initially put it at
Orochi's
20
nerf.
Because, interestingly enough, in the testing grounds, And before that testing ground,
We are
actually,
still, of course, going to be
Lawbringer
playing
had
Orochi
long arm
just as much
guaranteed off of
as we
any
did before,
guard break.
though.
So because of this,
We've been with Orochi since the
when you did,
beginning, since he
like,
was
the
one of the
guard
weakest
break long arm to
characters.
somebody, you could
And
deal
then only
27
recently,
damage
relatively
off of
recently,
guard
he
break.
went
Punish
to being one of the
was
strongest.
We need to lower it down.
We picked Orochi
But then when we
because
went live,
he had the
we
coolest
removed
moves, actually,
the
for
long
those
arm off
that
the guard break,
didn't know.
but
And he was the
stayed
coolest
at 20.
character.
And so,
We didn't pick
now,
him
like, clearly it's
because he
obvious
was
it needs to be a little bit higher
strong
than
or
20.
weak. He was
There's also
certainly not
situations where, again,
strong
boss
at all when he was
packs
first
did not feel
released.
super good
He had a
'cause
quick
got
top light, and that was
damage.
like
So
about
we're
it.
trying to readjust this here so that it makes a
But
lot
having
more
his heavy
sense
deflect,
with the
really
damage
cool
that Lawbringer
move.
should be dealing
That
in
was
this
why
round.
we first
Same
went
as well, like
for
in
that
midway,
character.
they deal 16.
So
Even
we've been
though it
through
just
him
feels like it's
since
one- like it's
since
one
the
damage
beginning,
above
through thick and
15.
thin. So
It's a small adjustment, but again,
the fact that he
it's
ended up as
more
a
in line
strong
with, like,
character
zone
was
attacks of
just the way it
that
was.
speed,
It wasn't
parry punishes that, like, are a bit more
wasn't something we
consistent
went for
with damage output
initially.
that Lawbringer generally has. And then finally, Impaling Riposte and Impaling Charge now deal 3 damage up from 1. Now you might go 3 instead of 1. Who cares, right? The big difference here is that before these changes, one of the side effects of us putting Impaling Riposte specifically on
Yeah,
only like
Impaling
parries
Riposte.
was
3
that it
damage
was,
up from
the move
1.
became only
Wow.
really useful and only like desirable
Game-breaking damage there.
if you would let somebody
That's
or if
interesting.
you would push somebody into a trap. If you wall spy,
Yeah, that's
you would
that's
get
the, that's
less
his pushing
damage
one, isn't it?
than a
That's
light parry into a top heavy.
when he's
So with
running
the change from to the
and
target
he
opener
impales them,
damage
and
the
then
change to Impaling Riposte,
he like
it means
brings
that
them with him
you get
across the map, a bit like
slightly
Raider.
more damage than a top heavy if you manage to hit a wall. So that was really like, it's not a huge amount more, but it still makes the move, it's a better outcome in those scenarios. So we wanted to give like a little bit more viability and more versatility to Lawbringer. And we know that's what Lawbringer mains love. They love all these types of things. So we're pushing towards this.
Where
Now,
do I rank Shaolin?
That's it for Lawbringer in this.
For 1 versus 1 or 4
Big
versus 4?
rise. I do want to stress that we are aware.
So I think
that there's
he's fairly
other,
high in both, actually.
concerns players have with Lawbringer, right?
To be honest,
In the
actually,
next
yeah.
title update, we have
Whether he's 1
more
versus 1 or
changes
4 versus
that
4,
are
I'd probably
affecting the hero's fight kit
put him similar anyway.
specifically. And
Probably A
the other
tier,
thing that we know
maybe.
that players want and like
Definitely in the top
borderline need is
top
a role.
30% of characters
I may have seen one or
for
two
Shaolin.
posts
I've seen a
about
couple
that.
of posts
Just
about
a
it.
couple, yeah.
I completely understand. So
It's got a lot of
don't expect to
options
have a role catcher
for
in the
1
next
versus
title
1
update. We are still
and
working
4 versus
on
4. His
figuring out
trajectories on his
exactly
heavies
how
are pretty
a role
good.
catcher for Lawbringer is going to work.
And him having a
The
crushing
challenge
counter
that
and a
we have with
deflect
this is that
and a parry.
Lawbringer has a unique ability
With his
to cancel the
his
recovery
key
of his
stance
front
is
dodge
massive.
into any of his
His
opponent's
feats are
lights
pretty good.
and
He can
heavies.
teleport along
Really, like, early at
or
400
right across the map,
So what
so
this does is it
that can
creates
be
a unique
used
mix-up
very
that
tactically
very
in
few, I think nobody
in
else can
Dominion
cast. I think like
and other
Warner
4
has
versus 4
something like that a
modes.
little bit,
So
but it's really not as
yeah, pretty
effective.
strong.
So
Pretty strong, I'd
Lawbringer
say.
has this
Shaolin is
unique
relative to
mix-up
all of
front
the
dodge
character
into
rosters.
Side light or to side heavy in some situations that really works, but then that blocks the inputs, right? If we give him a roll catcher blindly, we have to remove some of these options, and those options are super interesting. They're unique. I know people are always craving uniqueness for heroes. I completely understand. We want to keep that. So we're looking
Which
into
hero
how
is
can
weak
we
now?
mix in a roll catcher with these types of attacks. So it's not coming next title update, but we are looking at a solution for it.
Good
That's what I
question.
can say.
Who is not a
The
very
next
good
title update,
character?
We're going to have a bit of some kit improvements that should really help Lawbringer. So that should be good.
I think
I
all
wanna
characters
reassure people
have
we haven't
have
forgotten about Lawbringer.
well,
Like, we
all
know
characters can
still
be
love him.
played
Great.
well
we still
depending
love
on
him. We know
the.
he's extremely popular with the
Obviously, it
community.
depends on the
Lawbringer
player,
is a
but
very vocal,
generally,
so
Pirate's not that good in 1 versus 1.
more interesting.
Awesome.
Other changes after we go after Lawbringer. Right?
Yeah, Lawbringer's
So
not that
Warmonger.
great, hence
Warmonger
why
can
he's
now
being
perform Crane
buffed.
Claw. That's the back that Warmonger has. From 100 to 500 meters in front
So yeah,
dodge.
those two
This
aren't
is the
aren't
same
as
buff that
aren't
we
as good
gave
as
Warden
others.
A little while ago, we're giving it to Warmonger as well. This should significantly increase her ability to open up opponents. We know that on Warden.
Nabushi, PK, Glad, you're saying. Yeah, Nabushi's
She has
not very
some
good in
tools
1
that are a
versus
little bit
1s.
different than Warden,
Nabushi certainly in
but
1
at the
versus
end of
1
the
is
day,
not
that
good.
is
But in
also
4
a
versus
very, very
4,
strong tool that she
she's
has.
much stronger
It'll give her
because
better
of
ways to
her
get that should be good. For
target
Berserker, we
switching
have
and
it's a
heavies.
small nerf, but it's a little
PK,
bit
yeah, in
different here.
PK
So
4
again,
versus
it's a
4,
chaining
she's not
timing
very good.
between
She's much
zone
better in
attacks
1
and
versus
chain
1.
light attacks.
And same with
When
Gladiator, yeah.
buffered
So
is now at a minimum
those characters that you've said, Ironclad,
So with this
they are
solve, the
better in
problem that when you have Berserker, you would throw a zone attack. If you chain into
apart
a
from
light,
Nobushi, Those are better in
window to
1v1.
Parry that following light was 1 frame. So you had to do like a
Welcome,
super late
Len
parry. It's a
Lakin.
1
Welcome to the
frame
stream.
window.
It's your first time
very,
here.
very
Welcome, man.
difficult to land. It's
I'm
super
doing well,
frustrating
thank
to
you.
play
Hope you are as well.
against. Zerk's zone attack is already
We are just
extremely strong in
covering
setting up
the
ganks and two-point
stream
attacks and stuff.
of the new hero
So
release,
we wanted to
which
adjust it so that
they've
it
shown the
reduces
gameplay
frustration
and the
of playing
feats,
against
so that was pretty cool.
Slight nerf,
We are
it's
going to
still
make
changing,
a video covering it
but
later on,
it just won't be
but
as
overall
strong as it
the hero looks
And then
awesome.
finally, we have also changes to Varangian Guard. So Varangian Guard, when we did a fix, I think last title update or 2 title updates ago, I don't remember exactly, we had an issue where
Throws now wall spat from
when you
700
throw,
milliseconds to
especially on the side with
1,500
Varangian,
milliseconds.
it would be really
Okay.
difficult to wall splatter to ledge. And so we fixed it.
So there's a bigger
by
window there for
making
doing attacks
the
on throws.
window
Fair
to
enough.
wall splat and to ledge at a specific timing, but we aligned both of them so it would make sense, right?
Yeah.
What this caused is that if you were at certain distances, if you throw into a wall, you would not get.
Do I tend to have my
heavy
pointer and middle
because
finger
of
over the light and
way
heavy
that,
buttons, or
when the wall
just your
spat ended up
pointer?
happening, it was happening a little bit too at weird timings. And so because of this, you
So
couldn't
when I
really get
hold
that
my
done. So we've
controller,
adjusted the window
I'll just have my
that you wall
index
splat
finger, or
from
my pointer
at,
finger
different
on the
timings so
light
that now
attack.
it should
My middle
always
finger will be
there
underneath the controller.
Every time you throw somebody with a into a wall, no matter what
So
the distance.
if you can see here, so I have the back buttons. I've got this little attachment here,
And then finally,
which is the PlayStation branded one.
A testing ground.
I used to have a
that
scuff,
we
but
did
they kept
a long
breaking.
time ago. I don't even remember exactly when it happened.
We do a lot of it.
So I attach
but it was
that, and then I
our
have my middle
Berkeley,
finger on the.
vulnerability.
This is I
That,
put this as my
did not
circle
pan out,
button, which is a
wasn't
feint,
successful.
and then this
At
is
the
my
end of the
dodge
day,
button here.
these things happen, right?
If you can
It's
see,
okay. But one
hopefully.
change that we had tried
So dodge
with
button,
that was that
feint button,
Junjun
and then
could
I
go
have my pointer finger
so
just on the line.
down on the
So that's how I
right
play.
stick.
To answer your question.
At the same timing as dodge during his hit recoveries. Now, what that meant was that the hero was now able to punish bashes with Sifu's poise. Because the problem
Zhang
one
Zhong
about
can
that
now
you
perform
have
Sifu's
quite
poise
often
at the
is
same
you're
timing as
getting pressured
dodge
by opponents, they
during
throw
hit
a bash at you,
recoveries.
and it's impossible for you to punish it. because the side
Okay,
dodge attacks are too
okay.
slow,
So
it's
he's
really
got a buff
difficult.
there.
So with this instead, what
He
you
can be a
do
bit
now
more
is, let's
versatile
say
in
you know,
his
like,
movement, which is
things to
always
that
nice. He's pretty
back,
good in 4 vs 4
you
actually,
throw a
I'd
light,
say,
you change back,
already.
back.
So that's
If you're going to
he's
Sifu's
definitely going to
poise,
be
use your iframes
a
at
bit
the
more of
beginning
a
that move to dodge the bash,
bigger threat
and go
to
straight
opposition.
into his own attack and punish that bash. It's one of the big abilities JJ was lacking. It was
Have I ever lost a 1 vs 1 to a really good
So
Shigoki?
because of this, we tried to
Yes,
give
yeah,
that
I
back to
fought
the hero.
some
It was a
pretty good
really successful
Shigokis
experiment. I remember
in the
seeing
past.
comments from a lot of players that was one thing they really, really, really liked. And so
Shigoki's
it
one of
took
the
us a little bit of time to figure out
1
like, the
vs 1 is
proper
actually
timing to
pretty
put it back in and everything.
pretty
But I'm
high.
super
It's
happy
got a
to
pretty
say
high
that it's
pick
back
rate.
in. It's super cool. It gives GG a lot more viability in 1v1s.
Wow.
So that is it for our patch notes. I went to a black screen. That's great.
So good translation.
All right.
Right. So that's it for patch notes.
Patch notes
a little
done.
bit smaller this time around. There's more stuff coming in the next title update.
So no reworks to answer whoever was asking before about are there any character reworks. So no reworks, but of course we have got a whole
awesome
new
stuff all
character.
around.
So
like, we had
that's
some
pretty
Orochi,
wild.
to be good. I'm hoping that we're gonna get into a bit of a healthier meta.
For Honor is a cool game. They got you raging,
And
yeah.
One of the things that I've noticed a lot
has
when we do
a
changes
certain
to heroes, right, is
it has that certain
some
X
heroes that we do
factor when it
zero
comes to
changes
being an annoying
they look
game.
at tier lists and then they move up or down. We haven't done
Possibly
anything to them and then, they move
due
down, or they move
to
up. And it's because
the
everything else is
psychology
shifting
of
around them. So when we do big changes to
people
a hero like
trying
this,
to
like, the
create
expectation
said
is
rage
Orochi's gonna drop down.
by
I don't know how
deliberately
far he's gonna drop down.
trying
I
to
don't
trigger
think he's gonna
people.
drop down to not be viable, but he's gonna drop down a little bit. And
But
when
yeah.
this happens,
A fun game overall,
really
but you
often
have
it
to
lets
sort of
it gives room
learn
for
to
other
meditate
heroes to shine a little bit
with the
more, get a
game
little
to
bit
try and
better,
not lose
to
your mind.
have their I'm overshadowed by Orochi so much. that I
Yeah, I'm
can't
surprised I'm still here after 7
perform.
years of doing
But
this
now
game.
that Orochi's not as strong, then
Hopefully I'll be
there's
around
reasons
for a
play
bit
other
longer.
heroes to change it up, to have that sort of stuff going.
Yeah, but let's
Super
be
excited.
dramatic,
I can't
obviously.
wait to see,
Yeah, it's a good game. It's a fun
how
game.
gonna be happening for the next
Obviously,
tournament.
as you can see, they're still supporting the game. The game is far from dead.
Super cool.
It's
And
still
see how
here,
hero picks
still being
evolve.
supported, and it will be supported for
Nice.
the years to come.
Amazing stuff. Well, cool. Well, JC, thank you so much. A lot of cool stuff coming. We again, new hero Sohei tomorrow. New balance changes coming up. Photo mode. Lots of fun stuff. Incredible. So thank you so much again for sharing all that with us.
And amazing stream, right? Like you said,
There's a lot more changes
Sohei
coming next
is
update.
crazy.
Oh, was I
Like,
talking?
I was looking a bit at like chat reactions
From the,
people are super hype. Photo mode is super cool.
From the patch notes there, though,
Like,
there's only
everybody's
4
contribution
characters.
to
I
the
think they're
team
changing
is
it.
through the roof.
So yeah, so
Everybody
next
works super
update,
hard on
of course, yeah,
everything
they
we're
could have
doing.
some changes,
VFX,
but they didn't mention that yet.
Audio, animation, tech, design. Everybody works together. Marketing. The marketing team is like working super hard for us to be able to show off these things, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing. Super excited. It's another great season that's launching. Very, very happy, grateful, and we love our players. We absolutely love our players. You're the reason why we're doing this. I'm not just making this game for myself, right? So at the end of the day, like we're all working together to deliver what is best for players.
Do I see myself playing till the
Thank you very
game,
much.
the day
We're happy with this.
the game dies?
Well, thank you, Jason. Amazing stuff. Thanks for keeping an eye out
Yes,
on this
I think so.
incredible
Whether
game
I
we
keep
have.
doing it every
All right,
day,
folks, don't
not
go
sure.
anywhere, though, because we're going to be right back
yeah.
with a wrap up. We're going to cover some more content.
This game has a special place in my
stick
heart.
around. We'll see you in a second.
All right, we're on to the final stage. Yeah, I will be playing this game to the end, whenever that's going to be. They might make another, like a For Honor 2, or they might do a different IP, so we could transition to that, so who knows. Do I plan on any comp tournaments? Keep it casual. I have met and played with some comp players. It's a different kind of mindset, I guess. Yes, I would consider myself more of a casual player. I do not really have the time to really focus on learning all the ganks and the absolute intricacies of the game that I know comp players have to do for like specific ganks, etc. So yeah, definitely respect the time that goes into that. I do know a bit about the game. Yes, I have played against some comp players, played with them as well. My reactions are reasonable enough. I don't have like 120 millisecond reactions, and even if I did, I don't think I still wouldn't have the time to really focus on the absolute highest end of this game. It's not something that I sort of need to do as well, because the main content of my YouTube channel is just to have fun and show people like the coolest moves in the game and try and get some good like gameplay. So
yes. All right. I love it. It's the final one of the show.
Yeah, it's not something I consider myself as, but
wrap up.
perhaps we are reasonably good enough at the game that we can fight
records over here.
fight at a reasonable level.
I'm pumped for Sohei. This guy over here. I'm pumped for photo mode.
That's my take on that.
Pumped to be alive.
just happy to be here. I'm just happy to be here.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, that's amazing. No, it was really exciting. Like so much to cover. I want to run us through just like what's our run of everything today?
Let's do it.
Give us a run.
So we got Sohei live tomorrow.
Ooh, nice.
Got the 7-weapon master seasonal
15,000 steel
live tomorrow.
I think they said that you can buy them with steel in 2 weeks' time,
We
though.
got photo mode live tomorrow as well with
Not,
the photo mode contest.
Nice.
Tomorrow.
Not the other.
We're saying tomorrow, folks. It's
Not
tomorrow.
the other thing.
We've got some Hero Fests for Lawbringer, Shgoki, and Glad with the respective dates there. Awesome stuff. And we've also got a throwback event.
Do more
coming.
Dominion gameplay.
Carousel
Yeah,
Ragnarok.
yeah, I could do some more Dominion gameplay.
We've got a balance match too.
When I do
And-
play Dominion, I do run into 4
weeks.
stacks
So
of
there it is.
actual. You're talking about comp players. I do get into
PlayStation
matches where there are
Xbox,
comps. So if I don't have a team myself, then
Super hype.
Well, very
it's
cool.
difficult
Yeah,
not
lots
to
of
kind
cool
of like
stuff.
get
No
ganked
reason to
instantly.
not come and play with us. And on top of that,
but
also
yes,
available tomorrow.
I do enjoy
that's right. We have some
Dominion.
content of the week coming your way, folks. Let's go. First one, nice
Oh,
show.
new execution.
Desenjutsu. Did I? I felt like it. Anyway, I was practicing that one.
I didn't
and
know
that's
that
a lot
Shaven was a fan
stuff.
of.
But 10K steel,
of
nice,
big fans.
big old fan execution there. Looks amazing. So cool stuff there. On
Big
top
fan of that.
What?
You-
Anyone know what he is? Hybrid. I assume you're talking about the new character.
I was like, yeah, me too. But then later
I don't think they
realized, like, it
said,
was
but
like
I'm
half a
pretty
second
sure he's going to be a
delay on
hybrid.
Slam
getting
dunk it.
that.
Would make
You nailed it.
sense
Thank
for him
you.
to be a hybrid. Hybrid / heavy.
Good lord. All right, this has been. All right, we also have a mythic outfit.
You
the
played me in a
Shores of
lim
Fortitude.
a week ago.
So
You were the
available
red
for
Orochi.
15K steel, a very nice, serene contemplative statue.
Possibly
that
remember.
will appear to hang out with you. And,
I have seen a lot of red roaches though around, so I might mistake you for
but
someone else.
That's great. But that's not all. Weekly arcade quest starting tomorrow. The heirs of Virupax. The heirs of. I don't know if that's one of these is correct, but you're gonna find out tomorrow.
First time seeing my face.
It's okay. Just.
I did do a face reveal 2 years ago, so you can see that. I don't
They did that to me on purpose.
put my face in videos that often. Mainly for editing reasons, because it's just an extra layer I have to put on.
And then we have an event
whatever.
order, for week 1 starting on the 26th. The 7
Sometimes,
Weapon Master.
I will admit, I just like I'll hop on For Honor and I'll play like in my I don't know. I won't focus on how I'm looking. I'll play in like a bathrobe or something, which I know Havoc does, but I don't know. Maybe I could. But sometimes I just want to sit and just not try.
In those matches. And then the following week, we
I
have the 7 Weapon
don't know what I'm trying to say.
Is also going to be available to play.
But yeah, I have done a face reveal in the past, and I have done some face
That's not all.
streams
We've also got
before, so
some community corner videos.
it could be a
That's
possibility.
it. Take it away.
All right.
You haven't seen it yet.
I've not seen it.
Oh,
yet.
man.
Are we live commentary
Oh,
or are we
man.
muted?
Live react?
Are we going to live react?
Oh, yeah.
All right, what do we got?
Community content vids. Here we go. Nice external there from the Shinobi.
See some distractions here.
He is a very distracting here. He's flipping a lot.
Oh, the Shugo wants him so bad, too. He really does.
Oh, where did that come from? What?
Ballista out of nowhere. Amazing.
Shigoke being a big target there was not on his side for that ballista.
That is so incredible, too, to whoever drew that. Yeah. Beautiful.
Am I hyped? Yes, for sure. Yeah, I love samurai characters, and we're getting a new samurai character. Last samurai character that was released was Kyoshin, who I have got to rep 75. So
they're also on our beautiful new Dominion
could be
map,
seeing
Cathedral.
a lot of
Definitely like my favorite map.
of gameplay from Sohei coming our way.
Into the catapult. Excellent work. Dominating without You're all disgusting, and I hate you. Wow, I think we need this. We need to talk to characters.
I agree.
Oh, and speaking of which, you know, community, come on. We're working on it.
This is gonna be good.
Just
The Lawbringer chasing Anarochi.
Oh, I see.
Tut. Oh, good throw there.
Oh, see, there's a roll catcher right there. What are you talking about? It's good. Never have enough double execution clips. Oh, this is so.
Wow.
Another Orochi clip.
Oh, it's so anime. I love it.
There's your red Orochi. Oh, two of them together. That was cool.
Oh, it's my best girl, Nusha. And he falls in the face cast.
Oh, nice.
Man, Nusha's like low-key, like my top 3 heroes. I love her.
Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
All right.
Oh, this one. You're gonna love this.
All right. Shugo just
Pull up. Everybody pull up.
making his business. Uh-oh.
All right, let's surround him.
Right, 2v1. How you gonna handle this? Your giant mustache helmet. That is just a.
This gets brutal. This gets brutal.
Ooh. Oh, his Kanobo's too big. Keeps hitting.
Oh, I can see where this is going.
This
is gonna be
This is real
a
bullying.
massive gank. Although, why is he not getting revenge? This must be a custom game.
I feel like he's given up at this point.
Oh no, this is massacre. Oh my god. He fell.
He's already dead. Just stop.
Run away, please run away. Hey, oh, and he fell.
Oh. So this man is just contemplating his whole existence right now. It's like, why do I play this?
And take
Oh,
man.
yeah. You know,
poor
never give
Shigoke.
up, though, man. Come on.
Shigoke fell in the drink.
Oh,
That was awesome.
always a treat. Always a treat. Wow. It just never ceases to amaze me. Like I love our community.
Yeah, the community corner is awesome.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Needed
But
that.
yeah, that's not all. Because we have a little gift for everyone in chat, and if you're on Twitter and Instagram, it's already been posted there. But one of our texture artists by the name of Aiden has created an awesome new screensaver or wallpaper, desktop, mobile. We're versatile over here.
Print it out and put it in a wallet. You know, like
But yeah,
what you want with it.
that's you know what? I like that the most, honestly. Printing it out and putting it in the wallet.
Just
Sentimental, you know? It's close to the heart.
There you go. There you go.
Well, big shout out to Aiden. So thank you very, very much. I'm sure we dropped it in the chat. Still not sure where the chat is. Not above me, that's for sure.
I'm gonna say here, just that
this way.
Could be that way. Never know.
But yeah, Nolan, thank you so much
Well, thank
for hosting with me.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you, Sohei, so much.
So hey, so much. All right, amazing.
Awesome. Sohei's live tomorrow. Be sure to grab him. Go hang out. Go play. It's gonna be awesome. And yeah, let's raid someone.
Oh, who are we gonna raid?
Let's raid Norgos.
All right. When you go over there, make sure you tell Norgos Zinker. All right.
Put it in the chat.
All right, guys. I think
got
that's
one more
going to be
before the
it.
end of the show.
So thank you guys for watching.
Bye.
That was the new Sohei hero release reveal, showing off the gameplay and his moves, or his moveset, I should say rather, and also his feats, his customization, and we got a bit of patch notes there at the end there as well. So thank you very much, guys, for watching. I will make this ready to rewatch on my channel if you want to, and I'll probably make like a video just covering the gameplay as well. So I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the day, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.